The Gisborne Bulldogs, it's John Hunter, local footy, the place you want to be. It's fresh live.
Carnell versus Coleman of the Magpies. Coleman won the tap for the Magpies. Harris and Sheen coming through the middle try to win possession. And we'll have a secondary stoppage in the early seconds of this one. Might be a jumper change going from number 23 to number 13 is Dirksen playing up forward for the Magpies. Back in the middle here, it's a hurried kick out of the middle by the Dogs. They go shallow inside forward 50. Defensive mask marked by Reece Jenkins. Spreads it wide, finds Coleman. Coleman by hand of Sheen. It's the Magpies in possession of the footy. Target was Brodie Byrne, but good fist from behind by the Dogs. Puts it over the boundary line, and on the outer side we'll have a ball in.
It might be a free kick. In fact, it is to the Bulldogs on the outer side, railway side here at Camp Reserve. They go inside, and it's Harry Thomas that has the football. Chip is effective. Dylan Johnston inside the centre circle. Turns onto his left boot, has Harry Luxmore, and he receives 60 metres out from goal. He wants to go long and deep. Lynch presents himself. McKenna there too, and McKenna didn't complete the grab. Instead, it was his opposite number, Cal McConaughey of Castlemaine, who clears.
Spreads it wide to Huntley. Huntley short pass forward 30 metres. Hits Hartley. Hartley, the coach from last year. Ex-Essendon, Hawthorn. Hard up against the boundary line. Creekside. It's a long 60-metre ball. Up to the wing. Goes to the back of the pack. Spills. They'll try to shark the footy through Zave Murley. Comes off his ankles and over the boundary line for a ball in. So lacklustre start a little bit, Mick.
A little bit. Interesting to see Hartley playing deep in defence for Castlemaine to start this one.
Boundary throw-in. Railway's side in the ruck contest. Bailey Henderson taps it down to no one's advantage. We'll have a ball up inside the opening couple of minutes. Still no score on the board as Castlemaine attack to their clubroom's end in this opening term. The quick kick came inside 50 from Dylan Land. It'll land in Murley's direction. John Watson there too. Good pressure from both sides. Reece Jenkins on top of the football is tackled. And so we'll have a ball up just on the paint of 50 for Castlemaine.
They're across half forward now. Hurried kick from the pack for the Bulldogs. It'll spill into the middle as the ball goes in the direction of Reece Jenkins. Collects the footy. The ex-Pios player. Little handball to Simmons. Simmons goes there to Huntley by hand. It's the Magpies off the wing, sharing it around. Dirksen is on the end of it. In fact, it was Lant. Lant, an up and under kick. He'll go shallow inside forward 50. Tracking the footy. Magpies into the pocket. Hurried kick by Murley in the direction of a teammate in Coleman, right up against the boundary line, but the Dogs will win it and get them out of trouble momentarily.
They will. Campbell Johns across half-back, attempts to retrieve the football, does well. They exchange a change of hand passes and clear to the Dogs, looking for Harry Luxmore. He had support. It came from Dylan Johnston. It's scrappy, bouncing between the two sides. Ball on centre wing, Railway side. Neither side can get clean possession at the moment. On hands and knees, Adam Brand Casano managed to get the hand pass ineffective. Bailey Henderson follows up. About a dozen players have touched the footy there, Mick Delaney, but no one with clean possession.
It's a hot footy at the moment, isn't it? But Naki and Lant going head-to-head here.
As soon as I said it was lacklustre, they just upped the ante, I reckon, Mick. So Simmons, he just coughed it up and gave it to the opposition. Now it's the Dogs into open territory. Reece Jenkins getting his hands on the footy early. Turns, little handball give to Sheen. Sheen hurriedly on the boot, comes off the instep. Running with the fly to the footy was Hannon for the Dogs. We'll slow it down. On the wing, Jingle Street side. Good short pass. They'll raffle it. Luxmore, I reckon it might have come off the hands of Johnson as well. Emerging now will be the Dogs. Shallow inside, forward 50. Dennehy's the target. Get one in the back. Zach Dennehy from Curtis McLennan. Unless he's a left footer, he's not going to kick this goal. Mick?
Nah, this is the tough pocket here at Camp Reserve. 52 metres out. I'd say this will go to the top of the square.
Zach Dennehy. He'll go short. Short pass into the pocket. It's effective. Hits up a target. Not in a better position, really. Hard up against the boundary line. It's Harry Luxmore. He's looking inboard. The first time we'll see a goal from this pocket will be from Dylan Lant, the left footer from Castlemaine next quarter. You wait and see. Short pass to McKenna. Hits him up, barely went the required distance, 18 metres I say. Takes a chest mark.
That's pretty poor by Castlemaine there, just leaving a big hole for McKenna to lead into. One of the premier forwards of the competition. You'd expect him to nail this and get us off the mark.
He opens up the angle. He's going to have to kick it a long way. Let's see what the known goal kicker can do. Pat McKenna. In he comes. Spreads it wide and just sneaks it in for a minor score. First score of the afternoon, one behind, playing zip for Castlemaine. Local footy, the place we want to be. It's Fresh Live.
Kicking duties with Michael Hartley in those yellow boots. An option is Cal McConaughey towards our broadcast position. Ignores him, goes about 65 metres, railway side. Whistle blown. Free kick has been picked out and it's going the way of Sutherland, who goes from half back. Cal Huntley gets it into the centre, finds Bailey Henderson. It's scrappy at the moment. Following up once more are the Magpies. They've got it across half back. Chance for Darby Simmons. He goes wide and finds Jack Sutherland, who hugs the boundary line with his kick, and it goes out of bounds yet again. Glorious conditions here. The stats early on in this contest, Norm Jenkin has been keeping an eye on. We'll get to him shortly. Boundary throwing out of side. It's behind the lead to Gisborne.
So umpire will throw it in. Up they'll go in the ruck. Coleman wins the tap to Lant. Lant tries to give it away by hand. He got besieged. Following up the footy might be Hunter Staples out there that kicks it 20 metres forward. 51 metres out in front of the canteen here at Camp Reserve. Umpire has given a free kick, I reckon, to Harrison Sheen. So incorrect disposal by the Dogs. Sheen now probably too far out to score. He'll go goalward. It'll go to the line. They set themselves. It was hands on footy, but it goes through for a minor score, one behind each.
Zach Vescovi wastes no time, and the Bulldogs take the clearance from defence all the way up to half back. It's with Lucas Carnell, who goes to half back. Kobe Zarafa receives the footy, goes back to Vescovi. Hand pass inside was stolen by John Watson. He sends it back inside 50, and the mark has been taken by that man in Brodie Byrne, who wastes no time. He sends it goalward. It's across the face, though, and only a behind. So 2 behinds, Castlemaine. 7 minutes gone. Gisborne are behind.
So they'll look to move it quickly here through Burke. Burke short pass. Hits Sullivan of the Dogs. Defensive zone in front of the club rooms here at Camp Reserve. Now we'll go outer side. Reece Jenkins gets a fingertip on it to just put it over the boundary line, and we'll have a ball in on the outer side. There's the creek side, the railway side here. The Castlemaine Fly will come through very shortly, you'd imagine. The steam train that goes out to Malden. It's not called the Fly, by the way. I just made that up. But Coleman in the ruck. It'll be the Dogs through Werner. It's a good player for the Dogs. All tied up. Stoppage. Ball up.
I reckon there's a steam train in Bendigo today too. I could hear it as I was walking past the cathedral this morning. Beautiful day for everything across central Victoria at the moment, and whistle's been blown. Carnell with a free kick for the Dogs. They play on immediately to half forward. Shane Clough receives the footy, wastes no time. Hand pass, though, goes astray, and Castlemaine get it back. Hunter Staples, he directs the kick to half forward. A high ball. Harrison Sheen got arms to it. Defensively, Will Elliott works it to the boundary line and creates the stoppage. We'll have a boundary throwing. Neither side looking like they can score a goal at the moment. Local footy, it's the place we want to be. It's Fresh Live.
2 behinds playing 1. Up they'll go in the ruck. Doing the ruck work for the Dogs will be Carnell. He's a tall lad. Ball spills. Might have got one too high at ground level. It's his own little fella. He's been in for a few weeks now, Mark Cooper, and he'll have a shot at goal. Important shot, Mick, this, in the context of the early stages of the game anyway.
Yeah, it definitely is. Both teams playing a loose man behind the ball, about 55 behind the ball, so hence why scoring's been limited so far.
Mark Cooper. Let's see what he does. He short passes. He's found a target. I'm not sure if Cal Huntley is in a better position, but he takes the mark anyway. He's probably ran out further than what the young fellow Cooper was in the first place.
I reckon if Cal gets enough momentum behind this, he can kick it.
We saw it here a number of times already this season. Cal Huntley kicking booming goals to the club room's end. He gets underneath it. It won't be a goal. He puts it to the top of the square, in fact. A high ball, ground level, hurried kick out of the pack in the direction of Dylan Johnson of the Dogs, and he'll bring it up the Jingle Street wing.
He does. He wants Luxmore. Ball was shy of him. I think the ball went out of bounds. It did. Boundary umpire confirms that now. So we'll have a boundary throw-in right in front of the timekeeper's box, Gingell Street side wing at the Camp Reserve. 2 behinds, the Magpies. Gisborne are behind. Still no goal has been kicked, and exactly 10 minutes has ticked by in this opening term. Ball spinning back into play in the ruck contest. Carnell would beat Bailey Henderson in that ruck duel. Bailey Henderson goes to the ground on hands and knees. Can't get the footy out though, and so we'll need a ball up.
It's a game here where it's just a game of inches. Who can get the first one on the board? The ball goes to left half forward. Dogs in attack. It's a foot race for the footy. Who will win it? It'll be Sullivan of the Dogs. He'll come in board aggressive. Just wasn't quite an effective kick to Luxmore of the Dogs, and then it goes to ground level. Stoppage 40 metres out directly in front to the Galton Street end. Jumper change if you're playing along at home. Number 21 is Hunter Staples for Castlemaine. Up they go in the ruck. Dennehy won the ruck work for the Dogs. Spreads wide though. Turnover. Hurried kick out of the pack comes by Oscar Giddings. He goes down the line to the wing. Harrison Sheen now. Aggressive. He's got Huntley on through the middle. He'll go deep inside forwards 50. They'll set themselves. Big mark. I reckon it's Lloyd Butcher who's come into the side this afternoon it is. And in the pocket. He's earning his money already with a good, strong clunker, Mick.
That was a really good grab. And that was really well done by Castlemaine coming out from half-back. They switched the ball immediately. Gisborne guarding down the line really well, but with that risky kick, turns into reward. He's got a shot 25 metres out, 45-degree angle.
Lloyd Butcher, son of Trevor, who's into everything. He's like salt and pepper. Trevor Butcher in Castlemaine. Don't worry about that. As Lloyd Butcher misses an opportunity, goes begging, takes it to the 3 behinds, playing 1. Local footy, the place we want to be. It's Fresh Live.
Speaking of salt and pepper, I remember when Phil Salt and Michael Pepper opened the batting for England a few years ago. It truly was a salt and pepper combination.
I thought you were going to say they sung Push It. That's what I thought you were going to say, Jackson.
I was waiting for it.
Vescovia with the kick-in duties. Goes to the back pocket and they hug the boundary line as they relay it towards Luxmore or Dennehy. Both created a solid fly in that ruck contest. Ball went into dispute and we will have a ball up. Len Watson before actually was commenting that it's almost cricket-like conditions. The 1996 Premiership coach of the reserves, they've got their 30-year reunion today. They'll be eager for a goal or two shortly. And from the boundary throw-in, still neither side can break away. So we'll see if you can clear this mess, Johnny.
Timekeeper's box side, the wing, which is Gingell Street. It'll be the Dogs that win it now. Dennehy is the target. Comes to the back of the pack. Hurried kick. The Dogs will go inside forward 50. McKenna is the target. Bounces nicely for him. He gives it off by hand to Dylan Johnson. Good tackling, Magpies. Sutherland did really well and nailed Johnson. That's not an easy task either. Norm Jenkins, we've seen him play some good footy, Johnson, haven't we? And we'll get some stats off you right as we speak, as a 50-metre penalty is paid for the Magpies for Sutherland.
Yeah, well, so far the game's been played mainly between the arcs. There's 5 inside 50s for Castlemaine and 3 for Gisborne. Clearances around the ground are currently shared at 4 apiece.
Sutherland kicks hurriedly up to about 40 metres out from goal. Gisborne got numbers back and affected the spoil. Leading the way was Harry Luxmore.
It's going to be a ball in.
So it's across left half forward for the Castlemaine Magpies. Who can get there first? Chance beckons in defence for the Dogs. Lucas Hannon. They clear an off along, though Harrison Sheehan has been superb so far in this contest. He has it 55 metres out from goal. The distance will test him, but he is a classy footballer. He's kicked 7 goals this season in those pink boots. I sense he's going to go back and have a crack and look for his 8th, and more importantly, the first of the afternoon. 3 behinds for Castlemaine so far. We've travelled 14 minutes, basically a half of footy and still no goal. Harrison Sheehan bucks the trend and puts it through. Confirmation now, 1-3-9 Castlemaine. Gisborne are behind. Our score sponsor is Don's Small Goods. Is Don, is good. Local footy, the place we want to be. It's Fresh Live. Mick Delaney, finally.
It's been a good game so far. Like, I know the scoreboard tells a tale that it's 9-1, but it's end-to-end footy. It's structures. Both teams are playing to what they want to play. It's just that polish going inside forward 50. But 15 minutes in for our first goal, I'm not surprised.
Going back to that defensive effort from Jack Sutherland that won the ball in defence with that tackle as well.
Good player, Sutherland in the back zone. They'll win it through the man in Lant, who's coming to the side for the Magpies. His first real possession was a left footer inside forward 50. Tracking the footy there was Cooper, as it will be a stoppage at ground level. We'll have a ball up. So Castlemaine seem to be doing all the attacking here in the last couple of minutes anyway. Ball up. Up they'll go in the ruck. Coleman wins it for the Magpies. He'll put it in the path of Coleman. Coleman goes goalward and slots a goal for 2 in a row in a minute. Castlemaine will go to 2-3-15. They lead 1 behind Gisborne. Score sponsor Jason Westcott Builder. Local footy, the place we want to be. It's Fresh Live.
That was a classy finish there. Coleman in the ruck, just knocking it to space, and the Castlemaine player on the left just running onto it. A nice little banana finishes off the good work. Castlemaine 2 in a minute.
Indeed. So we have in the centre Bailey Henderson. He, of course, is a player you're familiar with, having played with Strathfield Safe Storm in the flag in 2019. And Henderson flies high, beaten by Dennehy in that occasion. Henderson, though, was slung around in the tackle. Sheehan floats in, picks up the footy, is tackled, goes to ground. Field umpire says, give it to me. And we'll have a ball up. Slightly front edge of the centre circle for Gisborne. They attack to the broadcast end in this opening quarter of footy. Harrison Sheehan from the ruck contest involved in a little duel up against Gisborne Shane Clough, and neither of them can get the footy out. So we'll try for a third time to break clear.
The Storm by 7 points over Eagle Hawk. As the ball goes inside forward 50 for the Dogs. Hartley is there defensively. 50 metres, is it, Mick? What did you see?
Yeah. Unlucky for Gisborne there. Hartley went to play on, and the Gisborne player went with him, and the umpire called 50. So probably an unlucky one there.
Hartley, it takes him to the middle. Short pass forward, 35 metres. Hits up Cal McConaughey. McConaughey for the Pies. He'll go inside forward 50. It's a long kick.
Oi!
Oh, gee, big fly. Might have been Dirksen at the back there. Got his hands on the footy. In fact, it might have been Lloyd Butcher. They look alike. They're big, tall players. Hurried kick out of the pack. Goes to the outer side. The Dogs, they don't keep it in. It was good defensive work by Sullivan. And we'll have a ball up.
Went way upstairs there, didn't he?
Was it Butcher or was it...
I think it was Butcher, yeah.
They look alike, don't they? They've got the same look about them.
Yeah,
two big, tall...
Dirksen's leading up from the 30 and Butcher out of the square.
Henderson and Delaney, Dennehy were new acquaintances. Picked up by Dylan Lant, the gun. He sends it goalward. Teeth of goal off hands and through for a rush behind. So they've had plenty of scoring opportunities in recent minutes. Have the Magpies 2-4-16. Gisborne are behind. Vescovi to bring it back in for the Dogs. He's got Luxmore presenting himself wide. Instead went shorter. And they've got it in the back pocket here, the Gisborne Bulldogs. So it's with Will Elliott, who will look to clear. Luxmore again presents himself. Kick, though, was smothered off the boot and ricochets out of bounds. So a costly blunder there. As we inform you too, if you're playing along at home, it is Xavier Murley who's running around in the helmet with the number 40 Guernsey, not number 6 as listed earlier on the team sheet.
Let's have a ball in.
Plenty of past players gathering underneath the club rooms there too, Johnny. Nice crowd.
Yeah, well, it's Life Members Day, it's Sponsors Day. They've done it all together, and also that Premiership reunion. As the umpire throws it in, bounces at ground level. A lot of players around the footy. James Gray has been quiet for the Dogs so far. Good strong tackling.
Castlemaine quickly. 2 players behind the ball here. Gisborne crowding the ball to try and just win some possession here.
Up they go in the ruck. It was Butcher that did the ruck work. We'll have another stoppage. It's just getting to know themselves, the boys, as they do down there. Mickey, you'd like to see that, don't you?
Absolutely. Just wipe the dirt off each other's jumpers.
Ball to be thrown up 25 metres out from Castlemaine's goal. About 30 players around this contest. And at the bottom of that pack was Archie Rickson, who McDonald medal winner previously in the reserves, doing well in the seniors at the moment for the Magpies. Gisborne managed to break clear. For how long, that was the question. They wanted Luxmore. Instead, they got Bailey Henderson, the coach, who's got it on centre wing. He opts to go short and finds Michael Hartley. He kicks high up to centre half forward. Pack develops off hands. Good defensive work from a number of Gisborne players. Works its way to Dylan Johnston, but then he fumbles. Dylan Land seeks to retrieve the footy. It's dangerous. The Magpies are lurking. 25 metres out from goal. Butcher is there. It's scrappy. It's close to the boundary line. Land gets it. He goes to the check side across the face of goal and out of bounds on the full.
He has had so much ball already early on. Land, Gisborne are going to need to put time into him.
Yeah, hasn't really had an effective one that I've seen, though, Mick. He hasn't set the world on fire, but he's just got that lurk about him, don't you think? It's going to happen.
It's just a matter of time. It's been a little bit scrappy early on, but yeah, when it comes, very, very exciting for all down here at Castlemaine.
Feels like Castlemaine have done most of the attacking. You can't really feel where Gisborne are going to get their goal from. Let's see what happens off half-back, because it will be the Dogs that win possession. To kick to half-forward. McKenna is the target. Sits for him nicely. Picked it up in the knees. Handball inboard. It's aggressive. Ball is fumbled. Now ground at level. Zarafa got one too high as he put his head over the footy. Overzealous by Sutherland. Young Zarafa, the 17-year-old, playing around his fourth game. He was a 16-year-old when he started against the Bloods earlier. He looks for McKenna. McKenna had prime position. And he is sitting in this pocket that I've been banging on for the last few weeks you've been here, Mick Delaney. He will not kick it.
He will not?
He will not kick it unless you're a left footer.
Well, now that you've said that, Johnny, let's back him in.
Oh, let's see. It'll be against the trend, Mick.
Yeah, 25 metres out on a 72.6 degree angle, Johnny.
He's sneakily opening up the angle if you have a look at McKenna. He's just taken a couple of steps sidewards. The umpire, I'm just making excuses now, Mick. Paddy McKenna. Let's see what he does. If anyone can kick it, he can, and he doesn't. I'm not one to tell you I told you so, but I told you so. It's not going to be a goal until a left footer gets one. That's 2-4-16 playing two behinds. Local footy, the place we want to be. It's fresh live.
Michael Hartley's kick in honours the presentation from Reece Jenkins, who's got it at half back. Those two behinds have both come from Pat McKenna too. Wants Merley in the helmet. Dropped it. Jace Coleman there in the number 2, not 57. And again a stoppage, another ball up. So inside the centre square, at centre half back, Jace Coleman taps it down to the advantage of Callum McConaughey. Up to centre half forward, bounces fortuitously for Brodie Byrne. He has a fumble though, leaves the footy behind. Toe poking along the ground is Zach Vescovi. Can't get clean use of the footy. Cal Huntley eludes a couple of would-be tacklers. Goes again to a Castlemaine player floating across half forward as the kick comes in deep, high, up to centre half forward. Good defensive effort from Lachlan Evans. Good effort by Merley. Sweeps the hand pass to space. Brodie Byrne wants it close to the boundary line. 3 against 1. He was outnumbered. Did well to get it towards Harrison Sheehan. Him and Byrne just never gave up, and it's 5 metres out from their goal mouth.
Archie Rickson may not have had a touch yet, but I reckon he's put on about 5 tackles. Really good as that pressure forward so far for Castlemaine.
Another one that looks like he's going to get his hands on the footy sooner than later. Dogs under pressure. On the end of a handball was Evans. They're just still under pressure. The ball spills. It's in dispute now. Picked up by Werner. Gives it to a teammate now who'll kick it to a contest. Hartley's in the middle of that contest. Hands on footy. Couldn't quite get it for the Magpies. Now they go in hard at ground level. Hard up against the boundary. Got a player on the ground. A number of them, in fact. And a bit of messy bit of play, but it was a bit willing in there, Michael.
Gisborne have just got nowhere to go. Castlemaine 2 back behind the ball, and the Castlemaine have just got to play possession footy for a little bit here.
The thoughts of Mick Delaney. Local footy, the place we want to be. It's fresh live. And Coleman helps to aid it to the boundary line. We'll have a boundary thrown right in front of the Gisborne dugout where Coach Rob Waters watches on. We'll have a toss back in, 50 metres out from Castlemaine's goal. 2-4-16. They lead Gisborne 2 behinds.
Ball is in the forward zone now for the Magpies. Picked up by Merley. Spreads a handball hurriedly. And a kick came out of the pack by Oscar Giddings of the Magpies. And in fact, he snuck it through for a minor score. Takes it to 2-5-17, playing 2 behinds. Local footy, the place we want to be, fresh live.
It's taking a while for the footy to be retrieved. Zach Vescovi's finally got it in front of the coffee van, which is closed for business today.
Sandhurst over Kangaroo Flat by 10 points at the home of country football, the QEO.
The coffee van supporting the work of the Castlemaine Lions Club here in this local community. Glorious in autumn weather. The local parks and so forth. That kick-in was not so glorious. Michael Hartley has stolen it. Bangs it high. Centre half forward, about 25 metres out from goal. Gisborne again with numbers. Vescovi, his gallant he wants. Carnell can't find him. Instead, Jace Coleman gets in the way. Was he caught high? I believe so. If you put your head over the footy, advantage paid.
Unreal.
Oh, great finish. Great goal. John Watson and Castlemaine have their third. 3-5-23. Gisborne are 2 behinds. John Watson took the advantage and take a bow. Our score sponsor, Bendigo City Framers. Local footy, the place we want to be. It's Fresh Live.
Yeah, in the last 10 minutes of this quarter, it's been all Castlemaine. We've had 1 inside 50 to Gisborne and 7 to Castlemaine in that time.
Now, if you are at the ground and you're watching and you're listening, I reckon Jace Coleman and Bailey Henderson have done a sneaky. They've swapped jumpers.
They have.
They have. That would be deliberate, nothing surer.
Bailey'd be stoked with that. Jace Coleman's had a lot of the ball this quarter.
He has. Up they go in the middle. It is Coleman wearing Henderson's jumper, but it will be the Dogs that win it through the middle. Johnson, short pass was to Gray. Gray get one under the ear and he'll get a free kick directly in front, 40 metres. And their first, well, not their first real chance, but it is an opportunity, Mick.
Gisborne need this.
Gray, I sense he's too far out to score.
Yeah, he was looking to pass that off as soon as he got the ball. So it's given Castlemaine time to flood back.
James Gray will go to a lead in the pocket. He finds Hannon, hits him up, chest mark. 45-degree angle. And he's in the pocket again. He's a little bit close, which might... No, I'm not going to back it.
He marked that because of work rate, Johnny. So he's worked his way from the wing down into the forward pocket. John Watson unable to keep up with him. As a result, a shot at goal.
Galton Street pocket, right-hand side. If I was the coach of any side, I'll say do not pass it into there unless they're a left footer. Let's see what Hannon does. He does it again. He does it again.
It's like you know this ground.
We can sit here for the next century and it'll still happen. 3-5-23 to 3 behinds here. Live, the local footy, the place we want to be. It's Fresh Live.
Lachlan Evans to
I have
bring
played here a bit, Nick.
back in. I don't think I'll be here in 100 years, Johnny. I'd be 135. Most unlikely.
You look so well, though, Jackson.
Oh, thanks, Johnny.
Turn the
Meantime, a scored.
Who do you know upstairs?
Father
You're
Jackson.
a funny man.
Newbridge lead by 8 points against McCorner. I'll stick to the footy on the outer side. Ball's tossed back in. Jace Coleman flew high. He looked elegant with that tap down. And a stoppage. A ball up. Spectacular conditions here. And it is at the moment a 20-point lead to the home side.
Coleman tries to burst through the pack with the footy. He's still got possession, shovels it out on the end of handballs. Huntley on the left foot, goes to half forward. One-on-one contest. McConaughey did well at ground level. In fact, it was Dirksen. Now it'll be the Dogs. Off half back through Burke. Burke will go to half forward. Simmons dropped a mark he probably should have taken. Pressure was on. 55 metres directly in front. Stoppage. Ball up. Magpies lead by 20 points in red time. Opening term, round 25. Local footy, the place we want to be. It's Fresh Live.
It is indeed. No clear winner in that ruck contest. Ball in the path of Hunter Staples. He tried to do too much. He was penalised for holding the ball. Shane Clough has the footy for Gisborne. Most players inside. They're attacking 50 at the moment. Only 2 players, in fact, in Castlemaine's front half of the ground.
This man does have the distance.
Listed with Essendon in the VFL. Terrific footballer. We'll see if he can get the journey. Shane Clough off the right boot. It's long. It's magnificent. It never looked like missing. Gisborne a 1-3-9. Castlemaine 3-5-23. Our score sponsor is Jason Westcott Builder. Local footy, the place we want to be. It is Fresh Live.
To give the viewers at home a bit of an indication there of how far he's kicked that ball, he's taken about 6 steps, kicked it from the point of the square, and it's cleared the fence. It's gone all of about 65 metres, Johnny.
Yeah, it was a ripping kick. You called it early. So back into the middle. Lant is in the middle. So is Butcher. So is Henderson. And they'll go up in the ruck. Unattended there, the big ruckman in Carnell for the Dogs. But it was won by the Magpies to half forward. Now it's a turnover. Outer side. Ball spills in the direction of Hunter Staples. Whistle for a hold. It'll be Staples that gets it. Handball forward. He goes to Lant. Lant makes a path on the left. It's a low bullet ball inside forward 50. Ball spills. Dogs will rebound here and they'll win it off half-back.
They do. For how long, though, is the question. Not long indeed. Straight to Bailey Henderson in number 57 this afternoon. He kicks to half forward.
Good hit.
It was a lovely kick.
Dirksen.
Straight to the man there across half forward.
Dirksen,
So Dirksen has got the footy for the Castlemaine Magpies as the siren sounds. And this would be a big boost if he can kick his, fourth goal for his side in this opening term. He's yet to trouble the scorers himself, though, this afternoon. Dirksen to kick it towards the clubroom's end. Off the right boot. It's high. It's long. Is it accurate? It's true. And converted straight through the middle. Castlemaine 4-5-29. They lead Gisborne 1-3-9. It's a 20-point advantage at the first change. The second quarter is coming up. Local footy, the place we want to be. It's Fresh Live. Falling here at the Camp Reserve in Castlemaine. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast. Local footy, the place we want to be. It's Fresh Live, and they're underway in this second term. And straight away from the ruck contest, it's James Gray who gets it out, but he's tackled. Darby Simmons gets the loose ball. He kicks to centre wing and wants Callan Huntley. He leaves the footy behind. Stealing it, though, Merritt and the Dogs as they press to half forward. The kick will come long and deep. Inside attack, and a magnificent mark has been taken by Harry Luxmore, who's got it about 25 metres out from goal, and he'll kick for the Dogs second early in this term.
Again, he looks the dangerous of the forwards right now, leading up at the ball, and that time just a good one-on-one contest. Used his body really well against the more experienced Hartley, and as a result, lining up for goal 25 out, almost straight in front.
Luxmore, 10 goals so far this year, reliable up forward usually. This time not so. It's only a behind to the left-hand side. 1-4-10 is the score for the Dogs. Castlemaine 4-5-29. Our score sponsor, Jason Westcott Builder.
Hartley, fullback, kicks in, short, finds Jenkins. Reece Jenkins in front of the club rooms for the Magpies. He'll go beyond 50, bringing it down the railway side. Spills to the back of the pack. Hanlon wins the footy. Gives it to a teammate. He's getting along it, Hanlon, as the ball now spills. McKenna tries it, don't argue, on Hunter Staples and gets pinged.
Great tackle. And he's off.
In fact, it's Lance. Hunter Staples was in the air. I reckon it was Hunter Staples that affected the tackle, but Lance, he's in everything as well. Now Lant on the left foot. Long ball, out of side. Over the back was Henderson, hands on footy. Tracking it now was Murley. Little give, but I think he stood over the boundary line as he gave it there to Huntley, and we'll have a ball in.
I was down at the Castlemaine huddle at quarter time. One thing Bailey Henderson spoke about is he didn't like the way that he was able to give the real loose options for a secondary kick inside forward 50 from Gisborne, so expect them to tidy that up in this quarter.
Cam Power on the boundary later will be calling the game with Johnny between Natty Bialaba and Newstead in the MCDFNL this evening. Shane Clough dispossessed. Jace Coleman follows up, did well. Got the hand pass to Hunter Staples. Hurried ball. Inside 50, Brodie Byrne. Couldn't pick up the football. In defence, Lachlan Evans is tackled for Gisborne. And we'll have a ball up 30 or so metres out from Castlemaine's goal. They're scoring to the scoreboard end in this second quarter. 4-5 plays 1-4. Ball is thrown up. Carnell knocks it down. Shapano was there too. Free kick for a high tackle. It is going to the Dogs. Bradley Benaki, the 2024 Mickelson medalist.
He's been good, Rickson, hasn't he, Mick? In the forward zone, the defensive pressure.
He's been awesome. 4 tackles inside forward 50 already today.
They're the things that you don't really notice on the boundary line, but boy, oh boy, when you're a player, you do. Hartley, a soccer out of midair, goes now to 50. Magpies with the possession. Huntley on the end of a handball, steps around a player. Then he goes up the tube, goes to the hot spot. They'll set themselves. Dirksen asks for a free kick. He's not going to get it. Ball spills towards the Dogs. They need to be careful as they see it over the boundary line. Matt Merritt getting involved. And we'll have a ball in. Deep in the pocket, broadcast side, the right hand pocket to the Galton Street end, which is the scoreboard end. We can see it at the moment, which sees the Magpies leading by 19. Coleman wins the tap for the Magpies, puts it in the path of Henderson on the left and drills it home. That was sweet, if nothing else. 5-5-35 playing 1-4-10. The Magpies lead. Score sponsor Bendigo City Framers. Local footy, the place we want to be. It's Fresh Live.
Set play 101 there by Castlemaine. We had Harrison Sheehan putting a block on for Bailey Henderson on the move. Jace Coleman over the back, taps at the space. Bailey Henderson on the left, 35 out. Bananas it through as easy as you like. That's our goal of the day so far.
It was a cracker, that is for sure. 5 goals for the Magpies. 1 to Gisborne so far this afternoon. Some musical entertainment as well in the background there from the locals here at Camp Reserve as play gets back underway in the middle, pirouetting in and out of traffic. Thomas Werner, but he has been penalised for holding the ball. Tried to do too much, and Dylan Land, he's one player you don't want to elude. He's rewarded for his efforts. Goes to Cal Huntley across half forward. Shows muscle by hand to Callum McConaughey. Chip to Bodie Robinson. Can he get the footy across half forward? He can't, and the ball eludes him out of bounds. Left forward flank on the arc of 50. Castlemaine pressing. They are looking dangerous. They lead by 25 points.
They've got it in the forward zone. They've got the tails up here, the Magpies, and you just sense the Dogs are a little bit, well, they're a bit shell-shocked just at the moment. I know it's only early days. Huntley hard at the footy, overzealous on James Gray of the Dogs. Advantages paid. Dogs with the advantage. Off half-back now, they'll come. Into a corridor, aggressive kick to McKenna. The ball bounces, tried to just gather it by one hand. Didn't win it on that occasion. Sutherland did though for the Magpies. Little give there to Jenkins. He probably had it spent before he could get rid of it and drop the footy at the wrong time. And a free kick will go to the Dogs. Play on, handball received to Sutherland. Under pressure to Werner. Werner on the outside of the boot. It was a good kick. And McKenna will get one for over the shoulder. He probably ordinarily would have marked it, Mick, but here's a chance.
Yeah, he got paid for over the shoulder, but realistically, would have been a mark anyway if not had the arm chop. So we saw a goal kicked here by, I believe it was Sheehan, early in the first quarter. I'm backing McKenna in from here.
Quarter time scores. Bridgewater 5-2-32 over Morong. 4 straight 24.
He's the only one that I feel like's really dominating for the Dogs is McKenna. Pretty tight angle. He's in the shadows here of the trees. It's a low ball. It's probably not going to make the distance. It's going to come off hands. In fact, it does. And it is a minor score. They need those ones. They go to 1-5-11, trailing 5-5. 35, local footy, the place we want to be, Fresh Live.
Hartley goes about 60 metres up to centre wing, wants Cal McConaughey, gets on the first bounce. This is an exciting passage of play. He's had 2 bounces now. He runs all the way to half forward, directs the kick to Brodie Byrne in the pocket, used his body well, gets the footy, he runs goalward. Getting back there is Zach Vescovi. It would have been a golden goal, but Vescovi read the play like a book defensively. He did beautifully, got it to Burke. He's cleared to half-back. Play on is the umpire's call. Lucas Hannon, kick, not so good, and it's straight to William Marks for the Magpies, and it's Inglewood 4-5 over Midi, 4 straight at quarter time.
Marks for the Pies. He'll go inside forward 50. They'll set themselves. Oh, hands on footy was Dirksen, almost had it. Lant won it, and his kick was smothered as he went goalward. Too high for the Dogs. Will go to Evans. But they're under pressure, the Dogs, Mick Delaney.
Castlemaine have got 3 back behind the ball. Gisborne have to change their angles here in order to get the ball forward to centre.
Spreads it wide, Dogs to Vescovi. Further wide. Finds a teammate, which is okay in Shapano. Shapano, short pass forward. He hits up a teammate. They just need to slow it down here, the Dogs. They seem pressured when they get the footy. Murley, front position for the Magpies, almost causes a turnover. It's Clough, though, did well. At his tackle, though, spills. Harrison Sheen, ground level, takes it as his ankles. They're away here, the Magpies. They're calling for it. McConaughey's on. Short pass. McConaughey halfway between the centre and half forward will slow the footy down.
Bit of an anticlimax there, but perhaps some wise composure. Hoists the kick high. He wants Henderson. Ball fisted away from him. Brodie Byrne was ready to sneakily collect at ground level to no avail. Boundary throw-in is the result. Still a good result for Castlemaine. They lead by 4 straight goals. 5-5 plays 1-5. Score sponsor, Bendigo City Framers. Ball's tossed back in the ruck contest. Cunnell palmed it beautifully. Off to Will Elliott. His kick didn't go far. Ryan Burke defends well, but Castlemaine still have it inside. They're attacking 50-metre arc. They're about 25 metres out from goal, to be precise. At least 20 players around this contest. They circulate. The ball is flown aloft in the ruck contest. Henderson does well. Neither side can get clean use of the footy. It's rough. It's messy. A tackle was applied. Penalty holding the ball. And it's going the way of Gisborne. James Gray has been awarded the free kick for his efforts.
Aggressive. He'll go down the middle. You just feel like the Dogs need to get one on the board just to get rid of this momentum the Magpies have got. Dylan Johnson, he wins it through the middle. He had a bounce. He'll go long inside forward 50. Here's their chance with McKenna. It's 1-on-1. Spills ground level. 30 metres out directly in front for the Dogs. Stoppage. Umpire blows his whistle. Puts his hands across his chest and says, ball it up.
That was really good there by Castlemaine. Their defence just holding up strong.
Coleman against Dennehy. Coleman probably won it for the Magpies. Dogs can't get a path and they can't get out. Another stoppage in front of a big crowd at I was going to say the old scoreboard, and that's where it used to be. That's a long time ago, Jacko.
Back in your day there, Johnny. Matthew Merritt snaps around his body. Murley, though, steals and intercepts. So how long is the question? Benaki's got it back. He lost his footing, though. He went to ground, and about 6 players get hand or toe to the footy, but no one can collect. They still can't. Through a wall of numbers, they've worked it to somewhere in front of the interchange gates and the dugout for Gisborne. And field umpire John Norton has said, this is messy, just give it to me. I'll see if we can get something happening from the ball up. They do this time. It comes to Werner. Werner gets it forward. Johnston wants it. He's about 10 metres out from goal. He sidesteps. He weaves. Gray is there, 10 metres out from goal. It's exciting and frenetic stuff at the moment, but Gisborne just can't capitalise. Another ball up.
There's a reason it's messy, Mick, isn't there?
They just look short on touch here at the moment, Gisborne.
Yeah. And it's just the intensity from the Magpies as well. They're hurrying the Dogs into their possessions. Ball spills out now, direction of Hannon, who's been good for the Dogs. He's in under pressure. He's hurried as well. Ball spills to the Dogs to Johns. He can't get a clean possession. Hurried kick out of the pack. Goes to the top of the square. James Grain is in the hot spot. Puts it around the body and slams through a well-needed goal against the grain. The Dogs get one, 2-5-17 to 5-5-35, the Magpies. We've gone 11 minutes in this second term. Scores sponsored Parsons Towing in Castlemaine. Local footy, the place we want to be. It's fresh live.
I'd say that'd be more opportunistic rather than structure that goal, but just something that they need to get them going there. It's been a little bit scrappy for Gisborne so far.
It's their first goal since the 19-minute mark to Gisborne. Shane Clough kicked their only goal in that opening quarter. James Gray with their second at the 11-minute mark of this second term. Back in the centre, we'll see who can get the takeout. Matthew Merritt to fly in the ruck contest against Jace Coleman. They both climb high, and it's Jace Coleman that prevails. Straight into the arms of Zave Murley. Beautiful execution. Kick inside 50 for the Magpies. Goes astray. Missed the intended target there in Archie Rickson. Following up is Dylan Land. He's dangerous. He applied a wonderful smother. Has 3 against him. It comes to Brodie Byrne. There's a player loose if they can get it to Jenkins. They can't. Evans in defence. Land, he just got the football from nowhere. Puts it towards the tip of the goal square. Turnover goes to Thomas Werner, and the Dogs will clear to half back.
It's an aggressive kick, picked up nicely by Sullivan. The Dogs will go now down the line. Dennehy, Zach Dennehy now. He goes shallow inside forward 50. Grace the target, keeps his feet, couldn't quite mark it. 1-on-1, and they've got a head clash. They both ran at each other, and James Gray will get the free kick. I reckon it's Reece Jenkins who's a bit sore and sorry for himself. And James Gray, he could walk into the social club rooms. He's that close to the door there, hard up against the fence. He's going to go around the body on the left. Long way from home. Goes around, he doesn't like it. Sneaks it in for a minor score. It's now 2-6-18 playing 5-5-35. Magpies lead midway through this second term. Local footy, the place we want to be. It's fresh live.
The kick in is received by Bailey Henderson. Hugs the boundary line. Next link in the chain. It comes to Dirksen. He's got it at half back in the number 13 Guernsey. So he'll look to kick down the boundary line with that kick. He hugs it again towards our broadcast position. No one get hands to it until Vescovi intercepts his kick, not so flash, straight to Castlemaine's Callum McConaughey.
The Storm by 7 points over Eagle Hawk. And Sandhurst by 31 over Kangaroo Flat. Meanwhile, here at the Camp Reserve, possession of the footy is with Benaki halfway between the centre and half-back. Benaki now will spread at Jingle Street wing. Kick it to a one-on-one contest. Will be the Pies that win it, I reckon, through Cooper Mark, who dives in after the footy. As it goes over the boundary line, we'll have a ball in.
Great conditions for footy though, Johnny. It's great to be here with you this afternoon.
Throw in. Benaki. He's in the mix as well. Let's see what he can do. Coleman wins attack for the Pies. Puts it to the front of the pack. Lant overran the footy for the Pies. They're tapping it around at ground level. McConaughey at ground level. Benaki hard at the footy. Dogs will win it out of the middle. They're under pressure. Hurry kick by Brancaziano. But it will be the Magpies through Henderson. Kicks it to half forward. Rickson one-on-one. He's against Evans of the Dogs. Ball spills. The Cavalry arrive through Elliott. They'll win it now. Elliott will spread it wide out of side wing.
He does. Picking it up is Benaki. Mickelson Medler shows his class. Helps to get it to half forward. Inside 50 with the kick. Gisborne have it. 55 metres out from goal. Golden opportunity beckons. And it's with Lucas Hannon, who can line up for the Dogs' second in this term. Big opportunity beckons for Gisborne. It's Adam Brancaziano, in fact, that has the Sharon. He's kicked 4 goals so far this year. Big opportunity awaits him. His side needs him. Approach doesn't look so good off the boot. It's going to fall short. Still in play. It's about 5 metres out from Gisborne's goal. Castlemaine defend well, but they're pressured. Kick, hospital ball, hangs a long time in the air. It's ugly, but they manage to get the clearance, the Magpies. Again, a hospital kick. Hung a long time in the air. Turnover, Gisborne have got it back, and it's with Riley Evans.
In the MCD final, Navarre and Harcourt are all tied up a piece at 13 points as Zach Dennehy screams out from full forward, takes a chest mark, a juggler, then he passes it. It was ineffective, causes a turnover. To the back of the pack is Hartley. Hartley short pass effective, finds Huntley on his hands and knees in front of the canteen begging for a hot dog. Cal Huntley, throwing one.
Order me one.
Order me one too. Huntley, Cal Huntley down the line, swimming pool side I was going to say, the creek side. Used to be a swimming hole there as well when I was a young fella. Now it'll be the Dogs off the wing that will win it for a throw. Advantages paid. Is it an advantage? It is. It's with Lant. Lant will handball it to Sutherland. Sutherland will come short. Ineffective kick. Turnover. Kicks it to Hannon. Hannon dropped a mark I think he should have taken. Then taps it to a teammate who gets collared by Henderson. Ball up. Stoppage. Wing. 15 metres out. And this game, it's up and about, Jackson.
The intensity is enormous at the moment. It's really enjoyable to observe this afternoon. Round 5 action in the Bendigo Football League. And it's Jace Coleman who gets the tap out once more. He's probably had the ascendancy in that duel, Mick Delaney, I'd say.
Yeah, so far, yes, but the young fella in Carnell has done a good job so far today.
Certainly battled hard. Jace Coleman is a tall figure as well. As in the ruck contest, Merritt this time opposes him, but Jace Coleman again gets the knockout. He put it in the path of Xavier Murley, who is tackled, and the ball has gone about half a metre forward, closer to the centre square. Another stoppage, another ball up.
Umpire in possession of the football. He throws it up. Coleman in the ruck, probably won it on that occasion to the back door to Henderson, puts it around the body into the path of Rickson. Had a lot of it but couldn't quite mark it. Tried to shovel it out. Dogs under pressure here. Tackling is immense. Lant emerges with it on the right foot, which is his wrong foot, to Johnny Watson. Watson now go. Short pass for Scovey for the Dogs, has got front position. Showed composure. Picks it up nicely. Hurriedly kicks it in the middle. There's no one there. It is Harrison Sheen of the Magpies. He'll win the footy. Handball over the top. Here they go through Hartley. Hartley handball to a player impression in Sheen, and the Dogs emerge.
They do indeed. Dominic Sullivan gets the footy, concedes territory to Campbell Johns. A wise calculation of assessments though. Kicks deep inside 50. Turnover. Michael Hartley gets it back for Castlemaine. How long is the question? Not very long. Werner by hand. Benaki, right foot, flying shot at goal. It's put through. Costly turnover. And Benaki shows his class for the Dogs. 3-6-24 to Castlemaine. 5-5-35. They're back to within 11 points. Our score sponsor is Parsons Towings. Local footy, the place we want to be. It's Fresh Live. This is Mick Delaney.
As much as we want to talk about Gisborne's good ball movement there, a little bit of panic's been set into Castlemaine's ball use the last 5 minutes, missing targets, and we saw there a quick clearing kick by Hartley, went to 3 Gisborne players. Benaki straight in 45 on the run. He's not going to miss them too often.
Yeah, this game to me, it feels like it's up a notch for other games we've done all year.
Definitely.
We did do in due respect to the MCD final last week, but this is just a level above. Every game we've done so far. Burke now will go to half forward. Dennehy's the target. Wins by McConaughey. McConaughey of the Pies. He's got Harry Sheen on for the Magpies. Wings it on the wing. He goes to Byrne. Byrne's got space. He fell behind Thomas of the Dogs and marked it, and now slow it down. He'll have a shot at goal.
I understand Brodie Byrne might be able to kick it from here. He's about 45 out, right up against the boundary, but I'd love to see him turn quick and look for a teammate centrally. Yeah,
and I feel got to go the hot spot now, but he does neither, Mick. He goes goalward and misses, so should have listened to one of us, shouldn't he?
Should have, maybe.
24 playing 35, Magpies lead, 18 minutes gone, second term.
That'll come with experience, though.
Brad Benaki has been a Gardner reserve since 2019. Great player, and he's directing traffic. Burke is calling for it, ignores him, instead takes the traditional approach up the guts, went about 70 metres. He wanted Harry Larksmore, but Jace Coleman helped to defend well, and the Magpies sent it to centre half forward. Dylan Lant sharks it. Vacant goal square, almost, not quite. Vescovi got back. He intercepts, does well, goes about 65 metres, picking it up on a half volley. Frank Chapano, terrific, take a bow, hand pass to James Gray, now to Clough, centre wing, broadcast side, they're away the Dogs.
And into the path of Johnson. Johnson now, the Dogs goalward and bangs it through for a point. Oh, goals were open, just missed it. And it takes it to 3-7-25 to 5-6-36. The Magpies lead.
Good implied or pressure there anyway by Darby Simmons. Just rushing the kick and ensuring that he missed that.
On the outer side, Simmons helps to bring the ball back into play, and he's found John Watson across half back, Railway side. He points in all sorts of directions. His teammates respond accordingly as they go down the line. Good mark taken by Xavier Murley. He's got it, centre wing. Goes to half forward. He wants that man across half forward in Lloyd Butcher. Ball fisted away from him. Toe poke inside 50 now in the direction of Brodie Byrne. Can he bend down, pick it up? He does. He's worked out. Over the boundary line though by Harry Thomas, who defended beautifully. And so the boundary throw-in is the result. 5-6-36, Castlemaine. They lead Gisborne 3-7-25. And we've gone about 20 minutes.
Umpire will throw it in. Lloyd Butcher will do the ruck work against Carnell of the Dogs. Butcher wins the tap, tried to put it in the path of Watson. Didn't quite get there, and we'll have a stoppage at the top of the square.
It's Newbridge by 14 points over McCorner at half-time.
And Brodie Byrne, having these other players in the side, what does it mean for him?
He needs to learn off these guys the way that they run, in particular running patterns forward of centre and just leading to the right spots.
Murley is tackled in possession of the footy, 35 metres out directly in front. Pretty red hot. He got pinged, but the umpire said it was there. And Clough will get the free kick. The winner of the Bendigo City Framers Sponsors Award against the Bloods. Ooh. Who's going to win it this time? Not with a kick like that. He kicked it straight to Dylan Lant. Just intercepted, and that was a classic turnover.
He has been everywhere. If you are watching it at home, he was hiding behind the umpire then. Then as soon as he went to kick up that short 45, just ran into the passing lane or the kicking lane, so to speak. And here we have him lining up from 50. And you know what? Left footer, you did say it, on this side of the ground.
He's not quite in the pocket. He's not quite in there.
You'll claim it, though.
I'll claim it anyway, but if he was in the pocket, he'd kick it for sure. Write it in the book. The man on the mark stands at 40. Dylan Lant crosses the arc, long and high, and misses. In fact, out of bounds on the full, so he needed to be in the pocket, so no score.
Not even Dylan Lant can kick it from this side of the ground.
No. 36 playing 29. It's the Magpies who lead. Vescovi will look to cross it laterally to the opposite back pocket, and they'll look to work it out, the Dogs. Jackson?
They
Father
will
Jackson,
indeed.
sorry.
No, that's
Excuse
okay.
me.
Don't mind.
Excuse my
Jacko,
manners.
Father Jackson, whatever you want to go with. As
I can
long
go
as you
with
don't
that.
call me late for dinner, I'm happy.
I can call
As
you a number of
Thomas
things if you
Werner
like.
goes to half back and he wants Cobes a rapper. He got hands to it but was worked out of bounds again through a wall of numbers. A cheerio to Paul Wicks listening to us this afternoon on Local Footy. It's the place we want to be. It's Fresh Live. Ball spinning back into play. Boundary throwing. Jace Coleman manhandled his opponent out of the ruck contest. He wanted James Gray. Hand pass was good. He went to Shapano. He snaps into the centre of the ground. Matthew Merritt. He's got two Castlemaine players surrounding him. Both went at him. Cal Huntley allowed Merritt to be dispossessed, but then Merritt followed up for long. Hand pass was stolen by Harrison Sheehan. He came from nowhere. Gave it off to Darby Simmons. They do well here, the Magpies. To half back. In the orange boots, they advance up towards centre wing. They want Bodie Robinson, but the ball has gone out of bounds and will have a boundary throw-in.
We thank Vicky and Simon from the Little Red Apple out at Barkers Creek for this broadcast truck this afternoon, as they do every time we're at the Camp Reserve. Valuable sponsors. Coleman wins the tap for the Magpies. Outer side wing. Werner with a handball won it over the top. In the path of Bran Cazziano. Gives it to teammate by hand, and they'll go long here, the Dogs, working it nicely to the top of the square. In fact, it goes wide, and it will be a minor score. 26 playing 36, 10-point margin, Magpies lead. Local Footy, the place we want to be. It's Fresh Live.
The former coach, Michael Hartley, played 44 games for Essendon and 5 for the Hawks in the AFL, with oozes of experience in his footy CV. They work it to half-back, Reece Jenkins has got the footy. Cal Huntley wants it short, but Jenkins ignores him. Instead opts to go back to his former coach, Michael Hartley, in those yellow boots. Still across half-back. It's tight at the moment. It's slow to break clear. Jace Coleman is a good bet. He goes long. He's opposed by Carnell. Coleman got hands to it, but at ground level for the Dogs, Riley Evans attempts to get clean possession. Can't do so. In fact, penalty for holding the ball. Free kick picked out, and it is going to Riley Evans of the Dogs. Jace Coleman was penalised.
Gives it to Merritt. Matt Merritt goes long inside forward 50. McKenna got hold. It was 2-on-1. Sutherland was the offending player. And might have panicked a little bit, Mick, maybe?
Yeah, I think so. It's gone the other way. It's Castlemaine's ball.
Oh, well, must have been for something we didn't see off the ball.
Yeah, I'm with you. I thought it was going the other way.
Short pass, Curtis McLennan. Deep in the pocket. Jingle Street. Huntley's the target. Couldn't quite mark it. Comes at his ankles. He's good enough to pick it up. Turnover, though. Emergent is Dylan Johnson for the Dogs. On the left. Goes goalward and slots it. The Dogs, they're just inching closer now. It's game on. 6:36 playing 4:8:32. Magpies lead. We've gone 17 minutes in this second term. Score sponsor Jason Westcott Builder. Local Footy, the place we want to be. It's Fresh Live.
Yeah, and the change in the game is shown by Gisborne, 13 inside 50s this quarter to only 8 to Castlemaine at this stage. And turnovers, they've got 10 turnovers so far this quarter, and Castlemaine at this stage only got 8.
The voice of Norm Jenkin, Local Footy, the place we want to be. It's Fresh Live. Gisborne with 3 unanswered goals in this term. Bailey Henderson, their last goal kicker. The Magpies at the 4-minute mark of this term. Back in the centre, Carnell beaten by Jace Coleman, who does everything. He also gets the hand pass. Land toe pokes it to half forward. Can they get the footy further forward? They can't. Ball spills to Gisborne's Adam Brancatasano. He does well to Burke. Chips it short. Finds Dominic Sullivan across half forward. They've got the ascendancy at the moment. They're running forward quickly. Spearing pass intended for McKenna. Bounced off his chest. Hannon does well. Combines with McKenna. Evades one. Evades a second. Check side at goal. Not quite. Just a behind. Exciting to observe though. 4 goals 8 plays, or 4 goals 9 rather, plays 5-6 here in this second term.
Castlemaine, they're just playing safe. They're not taking the game on like they were in the first quarter and a bit. They need to get back to what they were doing best early on. Yeah,
and all credit to the Dogs. They've come, and they're coming hard as a siren sounds here to mark half-time at Castlemaine. They lead 5-6-36 to Gisborne 4-9-33.
They do very much so. We're looking forward to bringing the second half for you momentum, but Castlemaine are at home. They lead just by 3 points. To get us underway, local footy, the place we want to be. It's Fresh Live. This is John Hunter.
Dead heat in the middle, but Castlemaine will win it eventually. Hurry kick out of the middle they go. To inside forward 50. Bouncing footy. Good work, Henderson. By hand. Gives it to Brodie Byrne and runs into an open goal and the Magpies are away. Good start. Magpies 7-6-48. They lead 4-9-33. Score sponsored Jason Westcott Builder. Local footy, the place we want to be. It's Fresh Live.
Brodie Byrne very lucky with that one. Could have given the handball over the top to the bloke that was standing in the goal square, Dirksen, but finished off the work himself with a bit of a mongrel punt to get it through. But 25 seconds in, first goal of the third quarter. They do call it the premiership quarter, Father Jackson.
They do, and it's their first goal since the 4-minute mark of that second term when Bailey Henderson troubled the scoreboards, and Cam Power doing some dancing on the boundary line too with the musical entertainment from the Magpies faithful. As up in the ruck contest, it's Lucas Carnell that taps it down, and they take it out of the centre beautifully to the Dogs. Benaki inside 50, kick not so flash. Straight into the arms of Michael Hartley. Reobtains the footy, sends it long to the wing. Pack develops, wanted Jace Coleman, had support through Dylan Land, fed the hand pass forward, did well. John Watson kicks it to half forward. Going back though bravely, the Gisborne defence. That was gutsy. And take a bow there across half back. Riley Evans gives it to Merritt. Quick kick to half forward. He wants that man in Cobe Zarafa. Zarafa can't get clean use. Luxmore can. Kicks it direct. Centre half forward. 20 metres out from goal. Dropping the mark he could have taken Gray. Great effort McLennan. He's got it for the Magpies and clears.
Oh no, he's kicked it to the opposition. Luckily he dropped the footy. Running onto the footy for the Dogs with Zarafa. Gives it off to a teammate. Good strong tackling. Lant ground level. Turnover. John Watson. Short pass Coleman. Coleman by hand to Lant. Lant he made a task of it, but they've still got possession. McConaughey, handball forward. Over the top is Jenkins. Jenkins there to a teammate in Watson. Good work. Ground level, Hannon. He's been good for the Dogs. Coleman is there. Can't quite get a clean possession. Watson Gann. Handball forward. Turnover. Evans. Evans loses possession of the footy. Outer side wing. Tackling's hard by the Magpies, and they probably need to kill it because they all need a rest. And eventually, whistle on play. Umpire will ball it up. Outer side wing, Castlemaine lead 42 to the Dogs 33. Third term. Local footy, the place we want to be. It's Fresh Live.
Well, call Johnny, you can take a breath. Awfully close to the boundary line. John Watson underneath it. Tries to take the grab. Was pushed off it. Hunter Staples provided him support. He was dispossessed. Benaki likewise. Eventually, Dogs get it inside 50. It's messy. A chance for McKenna. Can't get it. Giddings got it for the Magpies. Right in front of our broadcast position. Gray head over the football. Hand pass ineffective. It goes back to Cal McConaughey. Hand pass back to James Gray. He's taken everyone on. He'll have a crack at the big sticks. He sends it goalward, but across the face and just to behind, and Mick Delaney is shaking his head.
Yeah, McConaughey's got to get rid of that. He tried to take on 3 opponents. Direct turnover. Unlucky or lucky for Castlemaine that it didn't result in a goal.
Hartley went to Watson, who went beyond 50 to Coleman. Coleman now down the line, outer side. They'll set themselves. Byrne with hands on the footy. Spills there to Murley. Murley of the Magpies. It'll go shallow inside forward 50. Vescovi probably held without the footy by Henderson. Umpire let it go. Shapano did well for the Dogs. And a stoppage.
Scores coming through. Bridgewater 9-7-61 over Morong 8-3-51. I'll give you an LBU score in a moment too. Dyson Heppel playing in that game. Balls across half forward for Castlemaine. Murley combines with Cal Huntley. He flies high to the teeth of goal. Off hands. Still in play. Gone to the left forward pocket. Vescovi works it further out defensively and takes it over and out. So it is Leachwell Gumbauer leading 3 goals 2-20 over LBU 1 goal 3-9. Dyson Heppel is playing in that game. Reports say he's going okay, had 2 shots at goal and kicked 1 goal 1.
Ball in. Magpies in attack. Spills to the hot spot. Henderson will track the footy. Shapano is on it as well. Causes a turnover. Dylan Johnson wins it now for the Dogs. Has a bounce. Sold some candy. He'll run. Left footer. Good bullet ball. This is a good build up here by the Dogs. Outer side wing. Long kick. Goes to the 50. Hands on foot, he couldn't quite mark it. Sullivan, whistle on play. Magpies get a free kick, and in North Central half-time, Father Jackson, Wedderburn lead Donald, 8-8, playing 3-1.
Darby Simmons kicks to centre wing, wants Dylan Lant, the Nichols medalist, 3-time Nichols medalist, I may add, gets the footy, chips it over the top. They're pressing and they're looking dangerous at the moment as John Watson receives the footy, goes short, finds Jace Coleman with the long mallet and hairdo. He's unselfish, goes to Dylan Lant. He's flying. He's evaded two would-be tacklers, then got himself into a tangle, got out of it, gave it to Harrison Sheen, snaps, it'll fall short. Good mark taken for the second time today, right on the defensive goal line by Zach Vescovi. He just knows how to spoil a party.
Candidate for our Bendigo City Framers Sponsorship Award, the $100 voucher. Oh, they've kicked it out of bounds on the full. We'll see Giddings must have been touched at the line. Oscar Giddings pleading. Will do no good. In fact, I reckon the umpire's going to overrule the central.
In the third row, mate.
Would love to see Lant finish that work there. He broke the lines, running into goal. Straighten up and kick it, son.
He stumbled just a fraction, didn't
Yeah.
he? Well, the boundary line, he wins out on this occasion, the umpire. Up they go in the ruck. Lant goes into the pack, gets one too high. And I reckon he's probably a little bit fortunate, Mick Delaney. I reckon it's one of those ones, you can't stumble into a free kick nowadays because you're contributing.
You can't, but at the same time, if you're the one putting your nose over it time and time again, sometimes the luck does rub your way.
Yeah. So it's Dylan Lant. It's a long way from home. The man on the man mark stands at 50. Not much of an angle. He's in the deep shadows here at Camp Reserve. A far cry from Darwin in the Northern Territory where he usually comes from. Dylan Lant, the big recruit for the Magpies, on the left. It's a long high ball. It'll drift and fade through for a minor score. Big build-up, little result. Magpies 6-7-43, lead Gisborne 4-10-34. And we're gone 7 minutes, third term.
This month, 3 years ago, I was in Darwin. In fact, tried crocodile for the first time in my life. Kicking from Vescovi, no good. Straight to Darby Simmons, the skipper of Castlemaine. Unselfish little foot pass onto the chest of Callan Huntley, who has it 35 metres out from goal directly in front.
We can't gloss over that, Father Jackson. What was the crocodile like?
Yeah.
It was terrific. It was a cross between chicken and fish.
Okay.
Wasn't my favourite meal, but I'm glad I had that adventurous spirit and gave it a crack. I'd highly recommend it.
Good. I'm glad.
Callan Huntley, he has kicked 3 goals this season, hasn't troubled the scorers today. More importantly, he might put his side in front by 15 points. Callan Huntley, he has missed to the left-hand side. That's a disappointing finish, a classy player, and just the minor score, 6-8-44. The Magpies, Gisborne 4-10-34.
Just a good little patch here for the Magpies. Let's see how the Dogs respond. Gray spreads it wide to Burke. Burke of the Dogs down the wing. They'll work it nicely. Railway side. It's a kick. Dylan Johnson's by himself. The ball sit for him. He gets it at 50. McConaughey came from nowhere from the Magpies. Applied pressure. Cavalry arrived through Simmons. Handball to the back door. Magpies under pressure. McConaughey. Handball forward to Hartley. Kick is smothered. Spills to Simmons. Then further afield to McConaughey. Might get one for too high. Probably fell into it a little bit as well.
Yep.
Aggressive to Sheehan. In his back zone for the Magpies. Aggressive kick to Coleman. Across half back. Magpies will run. McLennan runs into trouble, gets tackled and should be pinged and is.
For those watching at home, that's why you need to be able to use the ball on both sides of your body.
Frank Chapano was great. He got it to Gray. Kick inside 50. Superb to Dylan Johnston, who is aligned with Footscray in the VFL. Tats down his left leg directly in front of us. And he takes a breath and says, I think I can nail this myself.
Castlemaine will be mightily disappointed with that. They had the run of the play. They switched the ball well. For the young kids at home, don't call for the ball if you're just going to run yourself into trouble.
He's kicked 1 goal, 1 today off the left boot. Favourable side for a left footer. It's a mongrel really off the boot. It'll fall short. It's 5 metres out from goal. Kick was smothered by the Gisborne player. Inside attack. It came from Harry Laxmore. He followed up though, did Laxmore. The hand pass to Benaki. He was tackled sensationally by Cal McConaughey. Fair football. Great football. Ball up 20 metres out from the Dogs' goal.
If it wasn't McConaughey, he had Staples there as well. What are they? They're arguing in there in the middle. In fact, it's now, I can't figure that. They've decided to ball it up. Grabbed it out of the air with Danahy, went goalward, snuck it through for a minor score. 35 playing 44 midway through this third term. Local footy, the place we want to be. It's Fresh Live.
Dylan Land, he wants the footy. He is just an absolute gun, isn't he? From the Northern Territory Football League, goes long to half-back. Kick goes into dispute. A ball up is the consequence. So far in this term, just the one goal has been kicked. That was through Brodie Byrne, as Jace Coleman leaves the footy behind.
Ball into space now. Numbers are with the Dogs. Picked up by Johnson on his right foot. Goes to Danahy at ground level. And defensively, Curtis McLennan did well. He's probably seething from that last error.
Come on, Johnny.
But you need to forget it as a young player and move on. In attack of the Dogs. Coleman in the ruck against Danahy. Zach Danahy, big punch, but straight to the opposition. And trying a tube there was Hartley. Didn't come off. Staples wins it for the Magpies ground level. Good stuff by the Dogs as well. You've got to love the intensity of both sides. That was Elliott at ground level. And we'll have a ball up.
Right in front of our broadcast position, with thanks to our sponsor, the Little Red Apple Truck, as Werner kicks deep. 25 metres out from goal, McKenna showed great core strength, stood high. He was being opposed gallantly, couldn't quite get the footy though. Hartley got it back. Great kick, a check side, out of the danger zone, a defensive 50. To Jace Coleman, he hesitates, he dangles, he gets himself in a tangle. Then he got it off to Bodie Robinson. He got himself into a mess as well. Jace Coleman, inventive. Cooper Mark, that was messy, and it's gone out of bounds.
That is the best result for Castlemaine. Gisborne had 3 spare behind the ball, and just to force a boundary throw in here, that big win.
Jingle Street wing. Ball in. Big crowd here at Camp Reserve. Up they'll go in the ruck. Coleman's using his body well. Johnson getting involved now for the Dogs. Another possession. It spills. They need to just clean up here as it's messy through the middle. It will be a stoppage. In fact, it's moved to half forward and free kick Magpies.
Yeah, Johnson dumped the Castlemaine player after the umpire had called
Harry Sheen
ball up.
Yeah, and he's cramping early days, but Sheen's amazing. A cramp goes away when you've got a free kick near goal, Mick.
And near goal, yeah. Spot on.
Harry Sheen now, too far out to score. He'll spread it wide, target his Henderson, ask for a free kick, threw his arms back, but wouldn't get it. And the ball finds its way right in front of the club rooms, underneath the old timekeepers, well, the old clock there. It hasn't worked for about 30 years, but it's nostalgic at the very least, Father Jackson.
Good to bring back memories of your day. What number did you run round in, Johnny?
77. I was one of the low ones.
There we go. I've seen... now, free kick has been picked out here by John Norton on more serious matters.
Yeah, he's caught one behind the play here.
Yes, and it's just intensified the last couple of minutes. The frustration between players, it's spilled out in various expressions of disagreement between the two players.
Henderson, I think, is it?
So, yes, it is Bailey Henderson who's just getting up now in those green boots. I'm pretty sure you're right there, Johnny. We'll confirm for you in a moment. Yes, that is Bailey Henderson.
Oh, I was just wondering how he was holding his arm, whether he'd hurt his shoulder. That's what it looked like for a minute.
I think he caught one in the solar plexus.
The guts.
The guts.
The guts.
The six-pack.
Yeah.
So, Bailey Henderson, he has kicked one today. Very good footballer. Was part of his premiership in 2019 for the Strathfield Say Storm. So Bailey Henderson, as the train leaves for the big smoke, Henderson strikes goalward, and it's across the face to the left-hand side. Another behind, so he's wasted an opportunity. 6-9-45, 10 points the lead over Gisborne, 4-11-35.
So...
Noticed a bit of a trend here with the Gisborne kickouts, Johnny and Father Jackson. Whenever Brad Benaki takes the kickouts, they go central.
Yep.
Whenever it's someone else, they like to go long.
Well, it's for Scovey, and he'll go to the railway side. In fact, short into the pocket
he's
to
proven me a
James
liar.
Gray. Murphy's Law, commentator's curse. Strathfield Storm are kicking away from Eagle Hawk out at famous Canterbury Park, 45 playing 24, as Vescovi has it deep in his back pocket for the Dogs. So they're just nursing it from back pocket to back pocket. They've gone one way, then the next. Now they're going to go back to the top of the defensive square. Vescovi with the footy for the Dogs. He'll go to a one-on-one contest. Spills. They've got numbers. Outer side. Good work, Shapano. Just twirled one possession of the footy, then they lost it. Picked up by Henderson to the Pies. To McConaughey. It goes to Lant. Lant now outer side wing. Turns and goes in on the left. He'll go to the top of the square. Burner's there. Went at it one-handed. To the back of the pack. Vescovi of the Dogs will track it. Now picked up. Magpies are in here. Picked up by Mark. Mark goes to a teammate into the goal square and kicks a goal. It was Mark that ran on and got his own footy and slotted it. Good bit of play. Was it Mark Cooper or Cooper Mark? Which one is it? But doesn't matter. It is a goal. Magpies, they go ahead. They need to change his name. 7-9-51 to 4-3-35. They're kicking away momentarily. It is score sponsor Don Smallgoods. Don is good. Local footy, the place we want to be. Fresh Live.
Castlemaine needed that. They've dominated the ball for the last 10 to 15 minutes. Kicked 4 points in a row, but this one just a settler. It appears as though this end that Castlemaine are heading to, Father Jackson, is the scoring end so far this game.
Yes, I'll have more on that in a moment. 12 points is the lead to the Magpies. They'll resume in the centre. Jace Coleman taps it down decisively. He wants Xavier Merley, can't find him. Hitting the pack hard with Gisborne. They've worked it to half forward. Now it's Michael Hartley that has got the footy. It was James Gray that went in very hard there in the centre. So Hartley across half back, assesses options. Reece Jenkins calls him to go down the line. Instead he switches, and that will have to be precise. It is. He's spotted up William Marks, who goes down the line. Dennehy's in the way, but thankfully for his sake he got it to Bailey Henderson, who goes to half forward. Turnover though, and it's back with James Gray. He takes it for the Dogs. He goes to half forward. Oh, great effort by Cobe Zarafa. He had two Castlemaine players opposing him. He defeated them both. His kick, though, was not flashed. Straight to Michael Hartley, who gets it back for the Magpies.
Solid in defensive, Hartley. He spreads it wide, finds Simmons. Darby Simmons of the Magpies. He'll go down the wing. Target is Henderson. Henderson wins it at ground level. Handball over the top, and they're away to Rickson. He has a bounce. Rickson will go inside forward 50. The top of the square. They'll fly. Ball is in dispute. Picked up there by Butcher. Inboard. Turnover. The Dogs will get away with one.
They do. And it's straight to Shane Clough, who's got it. He opts to play on. He gets himself into a tangle with Johnston, but Johnston managed to get himself out of it. Well, just got boot to ball. He was tackled as he got the kick away. It was miscued. Chance for Land. They get it back here, the Magpies. Not for long. Turnovers are plenty at the moment. Dominic Sullivan does well. Gets it to Lucas Hannon. Centre wing. Back to Johnston. They're running with pace. Kick for McKenna. 2 against him. He gets hands to it, but the Castlemaine defence is terrific. They do well, and the clearance will come from Oscar Giddings.
Yeah, it came from Sutherland, then Giddings went wide and hit John Watson. Inboard to Giddings. Short pass, right half back. Down the line to half forward. He's got Coleman by himself. It goes beyond him. Now to be the Dogs. Clever tap. Bran Cazziano wins it. Gives it there to Werner. Through the middle they're on. It's with Gray. Gray of the Dogs to a one-on-one contest. McKenna. How can he go? Sutherland did well for the Pies. Dennehy over the top to Zarafa. Zarafa will find space. An awkward looking left kick. It sits in the defensive goal square. Simmons has got time for the Pies, and now he'll spread it wide and find Henderson.
They do well. Some experienced leaders combine in the defensive zone. You asked earlier, Mick, 13 of the 15 goals today have been kicked to the Castlemaine clubroom's end. Ball is now with William Marks, and the Magpies are headed towards where their faithful are assembled on this 30-year premiership reunion for the Magoos, and also on this Life Members Day. Across half back, they've hit a bit of a roadblock here. Henderson has to wait an eternity, it seems, as he eventually clears to the defensive side of centre wing. Brodie Byrne, he gets hands to it. Dispossessed, ball paddled. Xavier Merley, terrific front on tackle from Shane Clough. Frank Shapano to lend it a hand, and free kick has been picked out to the Dogs, and it's Clough who's got it.
Clough with the footy. Sandhurst lead Kangaroo Flat by 62 points. Inside forward 50 now. Handball Benaki. It was neat and effective. Goes to Werner. Werner, good short pass, hits a target. Deep inside forward 50. And it's a Dogs mark. Got no idea who's got the footy because I cannot see it. Not that I'm letting everybody know at home. Harry Luxmore. The truck by Simon and Vicky. It's a fantastic truck, but you just can't see through walls. Let's see what he does. Luxmore. Tough kick from there. Is he a right foot or a left foot, Father Jackson?
Right
footer he must be because he missed it. Goes out of bounds on the full, is it? I think it's going to be a free kick. Play on, advantages paid, and standing in the hot spot was Clough. A little bit of mixture of confusion and probably poor defending, I'd say, Mick.
Yeah, I think Castlemaine thought that went out of bounds on the full, but marked on the line there, and then just centrally Clough by himself. He's got a shot 25 out, pretty much straight in front. And someone of this calibre, Father Jackson, you'd expect to nail it.
I'm backing him as well.
Clough, Galton Street end. He will not miss this, you would not think. And, well, what do I know? The commentator's curse. He was lucky to even score. Gee whiz. It's 51 playing 36, Castlemaine lead. And if the Dogs are going to get their noses in front, they need to kick it, Nick.
Yeah, they do.
That was a gimme.
Yeah, it was. For someone of his experience and currently on a VFL list, you would expect him to kick that 9 times out of 10.
You're a genius at the self-deprecating humour there, Johnny.
Thank you, Father Jackson.
As Zach Dirksen receives the footy from Michael Hartley. Dirksen's kick slightly audacious because Clough was lurking, but thankfully it was effective for Bailey Henderson.
First time you brought that word out for a while, Father Jackson.
It has been. I love that word. It's my favourite. Delightful another. That kick from the back zone was good from Henderson. Went long. Benaki gets it back. He kicks it hurriedly because he had no other option, really. It went straight to Oscar Giddings of the Magpies. He combines with Darby Simmons. Free kick.
He got
whistle
dumped
blown
behind the play. It'll be free kick Castlemaine.
Thanks, that Mick. So it's across the attacking side of centre wing. Callan Huntley, who at times has been a real X factor in this contest. He has it about 90 metres out from goal.
Short pass forward finds Murley.
Brodie Byrne's got to take the kick.
Yeah, to bring it back. So Brodie Byrne. Now Brodie Byrne goes. He'll go deep into the pocket in front of the club rooms. Jace Coleman run underneath the footy. Benaki wins it for the Dogs, gives it by hand to Johnson. Benaki gets the old 1-2 back. He brings it out of half back. He had a bounce, gave it to a teammate off half back. It'll kick to space. The ball will bounce across half forward. Good work by Southern to trap it. Then he just tapped it forward. Offering support was Kurt McLennan. Little handball, a give, but it was all the Dogs. Making space, there was Evans, gives it to Gray. Gray of the Dogs goes goalward and sprays it. It'll stay in, it'll bounce to Sutherland underneath the scoreboard, and Sutherland has a lazy bounce and then away he goes.
He does, he takes it from half back. He wants Murley on the wing. He's out-muscled, had good opposition from Harry Thomas, who did well. He helps to get it into Benaki, who receives but drops the pill. That was disappointing for the Mickelson medalists, but he had support fortuitously. Lachlan Evans, he kicks it, a foot pass to half forward. High ball, hangs a long time in the air. Locksmore's hand pass was smothered by Darby Simmons. The Dogs relentless across half forward. They press, they swarm. They're like dogs going woof woof everywhere. But nobody can answer the bark or call that will have a ball up.
I know it's got nothing to do with footy, but you remind me of that bloke off A Current Affair. The bloke who was talking about the Dogs bounding down over the hill.
Yeah, woof woof, I hope he doesn't pee on each other. They went in the ruck there, but Lant comes through, socks it forward, then picks it up, then he handballs it forward. Looks like the old Kevin Bartlett style, then socket it, but loses it. Now the Dogs, they'll respond from the wing, and a good pass to Luxmore. Hits him in the solar plexus, as Mick Delaney would say. In the guts, he'll spread wide, he's got a player on, and he finds Sutherland on left half forward. Kick into the Galton Street end, an up and under kick. Oh, McConaughey probably should have went and didn't. James Gray did for the Dogs, and then really unopposed, Mick. He's taken a chest mark pretty much directly in front, 40 out from goal.
It was eyes on the ball. Gray had his eyes on the ball. McConaughey was looking for that body contact, and Gray now has a shot at goal. 50 out. Has he got the legs?
He has. And one thing McConaughey never does is shuns. I think you're right. He was looking He was looking for that body and it wasn't there. He hasn't got the distance. It goes up the chimney. Awkward looking ball. Luxmore flew for the Dogs. Hartley won it. Then it spilled there to Merritt. Merritt goes to the banana ball and marking it right on his defensive goal line is Reece Jenkins. Decides to switch it. He'll switch it to the creek side. Murley was the target. Goes beyond him. Dogs have got numbers. Can they win it? Through Evans. Stoppage. Halfway between centre and half forward for the Dogs. They're in attack. Ball up.
Such an exciting game of footy yet. In this quarter, Gisborne have not added a goal. They've only managed 3 behinds. Does their opportunity come here? Benaki, he sidesteps around one, then another. Hand pass was no good. Lloyd butchered that up for Benaki, that's for sure, as it came to Hunter Staples, who switched and managed to find Oscar Giddings. Across half back, Roway's side, goes to the boundary line, wants Brodie Byrne, fisted away from him. An effective spoil from Riley Evans and a boundary throwing on the attacking side of centre wing for the Dogs.
So it's game on here, Camp Reserve. What can the Dogs do to respond? Deep in this third term at Camp Reserve, perfect conditions, a winter's day, long shadows forming. They're going through the middle of the camp at the moment. Butcher in the ruck for the Magpies, won it to the front of the pack, but emerging was Johnson of the Dogs. Short pass to Hannon. Hannon's been good. Too far out to score. To the Galton Street end. Doesn't know which way to go. He goes aggressive to Dennehy. Probably dropped a mark he should have taken. Zarafa probably threw his shoulders back and his head back and will get a free kick one too high directly in front. He's only a little man, Mick.
Yeah, he is, and Hartley being as big as he is and Zarafa being as small as he is, didn't have to duck the legs too much or bend the legs too much to grab that one. So, big kick this one. This will bring them back to within 10 points.
What a talent Kobe Zarafa is. Directly in front. If talent means anything, we should be going back to the middle. He's only just turned 17 years of age. Played every game since the South Bendigo game. He stuttered as he came in, and give a young fella a big rap. I'm going to stop doing it, I reckon.
I think you got to.
I have to. 51 playing 37, deep in the third term here. Castlemaine lead.
It's a lead at the moment to Newbridge, 55 to McCorner, 27 in the Loddon Valley Football League 2. Wanting the kick from Henderson in the pocket is Darby Simmons, but he ignores the skipper as the siren sounds for three-quarter time. And it is Gisborne who trail 4 goals, 13-37 to Castlemaine, 7 goals, 9.
It's Fresh Live.
Really looking forward to bringing this term to Jace Coleman and Matthew Merritt. Coleman wins decisively, gets the tap out, then also the footy hand pass went astray. Hunter Staples has given away a free kick though. The player at the bottom of the pack, James Gray, awarded for his efforts. He kicks quickly to left half forward, received by Harry Luxmore, plays on, gives the hand pass to Dominic Sullivan, goes deep inside 50. McKenna was there, ball landed away from him and out of bounds she goes. We'll have a boundary throw in left forward pocket. Gisborne attacking to the scoring end of this game. 9 of the 11 goals have been kicked to the goalposts, which are about 5 metres away from Gisborne at present.
Umpire will throw it into the hot zone at the top of the square. Gisborne in attack. Merritt doing the ruck work on that occasion. Benaki emerges. Handballs there to Luxmore. Luxmore an awkward looking left. Good bit of defensive work by Hartley again. He'll win it up against the boundary line. In fact, the boundary line won and goes out of bounds on the full. Not on the full, just for a ball in.
Hartley been very, very solid, and I feel like if Castlemaine are to win this game, he's going to have a massive last quarter because the scoring end down towards the clubroom ends has been the way today has played out.
Umpire will throw it in. Deep in attack, the Dogs. They trail. Coleman in the ruck against Merritt. James Gray tries to burst through the pack. Coleman of the Magpies tackles him. Does well. We'll have a stoppage ball up. 51 playing 37. Deep in attack, Dogs. Coleman wins it for the Magpies. Trying to win it there was Hunter Staples. And I reckon it's your turn, Father Jackson, because I am getting nowhere.
We'll see if I can have any luck here. It's just paused a bit here, but I sense at any moment the game will explode. Ball's thrown up in the ruck contest, hits the deck. Brad Benaki with a terrific tackle And so we'll have a ball up. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast this afternoon. Local footy, the place we want to be. It's Fresh Live. So good to be with you. It's getting cool in the evening now as Henderson receives the footy with those green boots across half back. Has support. Goes to Land. Land's kick. He wants Brodie Byrne across half forward. He used his body beautifully. He read the flight of the ball spectacularly. He's got it 65 metres out from goal. Various options present to him. He goes toward that man across half forward in Archie Rickson. Head hands to it. Didn't complete the grab though, so an opportunity goes astray. Ball goes into dispute at ground level and a ball up, Cam Power.
Big story in the MCDFNL potentially emerging. Campbell's Creek are leading Avoca 9-6-60 to Avoca 5-7-37. Of course, Campbell's Creek haven't won since 2022. So that drought may be about to be broken.
I think it was in the media as well that they were on the cusp of winning a game.
Yeah, well, they almost beat Lexton last week. They were leading that game with 10 minutes to go down by 13 points. The other game, Harcourt 6-10-46, leading Navarre 4-7-31.
Eagle Hawk are making a surge at the Storm. They only trail now by 6 points at famous Canterbury Park. Lant won the footy for the Magpies in the forward pocket. Then it comes off hands. Burke did well for the Dogs, and we'll have another ball in. Underneath the scoreboard, Castlemaine lead. I reckon they've led most of the game, if not all of it, Father Jackson. You're pretty good at record taking. We'll get back to you with that as the umpire will throw it in. Coleman against Matt Merritt doing the ruck work. He's not really a ruckman. Coleman wins it, comes to the back of the pack to Elliott. Elliott, ball spills. Lant overran the footy. Coleman didn't for the Magpies. Handball into space. Henderson. Kick was smothered. Did well. Over the top was Giddings. Big punch. Spills there to Byrne. Now Henderson follows up his own ball. Taps it in front of him. Hard up against the boundary line. Gets a left. Oh, it's hit Hunter Staples on the chest. Couldn't quite grab it. Probably wasn't the required distance anyway. 49 from home, right in front of the broadcast truck supplied by the Little Red Apple sponsors Simon and Vicky. We thank you very much.
To answer your question, Johnny, Castlemaine have led all day, and interestingly it took until the 15-minute mark of the game in the first term for Harrison Sheen to get the first goal. Speaking of which, he sharks it. He sends it goalward. He's not going to get a second major though. Out of bounds in the left forward pocket. A boundary throw-in. Stunningly, not one player has kicked 2 goals today. It's not often that you can say that in the last quarter of a country footy clash. Round 5 action. Boundary throw-in about 10 metres in from the left point post. Ball spinning. It lands in the path of Merritt. He knocks it down back towards where it came from, the boundary, and I sense we'll have a second boundary throw-in. We repeat what happened a moment ago.
Dirkson's had one of those days where he's just looked damaging it a lot of times. He just hasn't had the finish. So if he can get a finish, it'll be a big goal in the final
Having
quarter.
him too, Cam, it makes it easier for some of the lesser lights like Brodie Byrne and all them. They seem to be sticking their noses right in it now with Dirkson taking away a good player. Merritt couldn't grab it out of the air for the Dogs. Oh, it's a socket ball towards goal. And Hunter Staples pleading for a free kick, won't get it. Minor score. Takes the Pies to 52, playing 37. Local footy, the place we want to be. Fresh Live.
Benaki up the guts on the half volley, collected by Dominic Sullivan. Tackled from behind beautifully. Castlemaine get it. It's combined through Sheen and then land to Byrne. He snaps it. It's high. It's ugly. I think it'll land just inside centimetre perfect, to quote the late Dennis Cometti, out of bounds.
Sullivan was very lucky to not give away a holding the ball free kick there. And looking in front of us here, Reece Jenkins is very sore from that tackle. It was a good tackle that didn't quite get rewarded, so keep an eye on that one. He looks like he's clutching at maybe a wrist or something there, but he's in all sorts of trouble behind the ball.
Ball in. Dylan Johnson emerges. Nice little handball to a teammate. Smothered. Henderson did well. Pressure is on. Evans butters up the ball. Horrible looking kick, but it come out from the pack. Spills in the path of Clough. Picks it up. He comes in Werner, in fact. He punches it forward now. He's at ground level. Lurking in the area was pretty good. Magpies. Might have been Mark over there. Cooper Mark or Mark Cooper. I just can't get my head around that one, Cam, I'll tell you. If you're enjoying this contest, join us this evening at the MCDFNL. Cam Powell, myself, and the voice of the MCDFNL for Newstead versus Natty Bialaba from 6:30. And in the meantime, here's Father Jackson Saunders.
Front position, the ruck contest. Merritt straight to Werner, who's tackled immediately. He had no chance to escape. Ball up. inside the centre square, left half forward for Castlemaine, attacking to the scoreboard end. Jace Coleman did everything. He had 3 bites, so it could have been pinned for holding the ball. Umpire said no. Hartley now gets it. He got it from Richan by hand. Rickson's kick, not so flash. Vescovi, he toe pokes it towards the boundary and out of bounds. We'll have another boundary thrown. A reliable contributor, Cam, is Zach Vescovi, the skipper. He's just reliable week after week.
I was about to mention there's been probably 4 or 5 chances where Castlemaine have gone right to the goal line, and he's just been there, and he's probably saved 3 or 4 goals on his own, playing a terrific job, and I think he's almost winning that matchup against Dirksen today.
He might be a candidate for the Sponsors Award. $100 voucher from Bendigo City Framers. Cam Power will be awarding that. And maybe another candidate is Harrison Sheen, who wins a free kick. It was a good, strong tackle.
Yeah, Brand Castellano didn't give the first option and got caught.
Aggressive corridor, finds Lant. Lant on 50, standing start, goalward, and kicks a goal for the Magpies. They go to 8:10:58 to 4:13:37. Score sponsor is Don is good. Don Smallgoods, local footy, the place we want to be. It's Fresh Live.
When the games like this are there to be won, it's those players that you get in, and they're the ones that you need to stand up. And Dylan Lant just took it upon himself to launch it from 50. He wasted no time, didn't think about it, and just instincts. And a player of his calibre finishes, and that is a big goal. And not prepared to call it just yet, but that's a very handy lead for the Magpies now. Dylan Lant showing his class there with a terrific finish.
Well, I am, Cam. 8 minutes it took for the first goal in this last term. It is a very sizable 21-point lead in the context of this game at the moment for the Magpies as Burke takes it to half forward. He's got other ideas. Luxmore combines. Gray, well, maybe you are right, Cam. They send it inside 50 very quick and deep, and the mark has been taken by Dominic Sullivan. I'll stick to my guns, but Cam, your premonition might be right as Dominic Sullivan lines up for his first of the afternoon.
Wasting no time.
He'll kick off the right boot. He's made a meal of it, though. And just a behind. Well, he had to kick that.
You're only 10 minutes into the quarter. He had no need to rush it like that. He just rushed it, and when you rush it, you don't go through your routine as a set shot. That's the outcome, a real shaky kick off the side of the boot.
The numbers might be against them, though, Cam, because they've only kicked 4 for the game, and they've got to kick another 4, albeit they have kicked 14 behind, so they're capable when it goes up forward. Now it is across half-back. Magpies, can they win it? Ground level, it will be a stoppage.
Well, the scoring shots are exactly the same. Both teams have had 18 scoring shots. Castlemaine got 8 goals, but it was Gisborne in the first quarter that were forced to take all their shots from out on the boundary, and that's what Castlemaine have done really well today, made those set shots really challenging.
Banaki, he wins it from the ruck throw up. Now it's ground level. Magpies, geez, they've tackled hard. That's something I've noticed about their game this afternoon, Cam. I reckon they've been a lot harder at the tackling, both at the footy and the man.
Tackling's been good from both sides. It's been a really good contest, and 2 good teams are playing off in a really good game at the moment.
Gisborne 55 metres out from goal. Tapped down by Lucas Carnell. Free kick, though, picked out for Castlemaine across half-back. So they've got the footy. Bodie Robinson goes long down the line. His kick, can't find anyone. Cal Huntley, though, gets it. Has support. Harrison Sheen ignored. They go longer. Further down the line, they find Archie Rickson. Rickson off the right boot. Vescovi back again. He just gets back time and time again. Gutsy, courageous. He knew that Lloyd Butcher was coming after him, but Vescovi stood tall and took the intercept and grab for the Dogs.
Yeah, it was a poor kick in from Archie Rickson. But in the meantime, Banaki, he wins it. Hard up against the boundary line, down the Jingle Street wing towards the timekeeper's box. It come off hands, and yeah, the kick in, Cam, was no good.
It just looks like he's a confidence player, and he probably hasn't had the day that he would have liked today, and just probably lacking a little bit of confidence. He fumbled on that first opportunity, and almost the old spent it before he had it, I reckon, Johnny.
Well, one thing he did do early in the game, he had 4 tackles inside forward 50, so he's doing the stuff at ground level. Banaki, speaking at ground level, wins it on the left foot. He'll go inside forward 50. James Gray was the target. Could not hit him. Hard up against the boundary line. Umpire blows his whistle and says, give it to me, I'm going to ball it in.
It's a 20-point lead to Castlemaine.
Free kick, sorry, Johnny.
Free kick to the Magpies.
Might have been dealt with after he got rid of the footy or off the ball.
You're right here. So the Magpies get the clearance as the ball comes to in front of the interchange gates, but getting in the way is Riley Evans of Gisborne, he combines with Dominic Sullivan. Deep, long, goalward. Is it through? Not quite, just behind to the right-hand side. So a couple of opportunities in recent minutes, but still a 19-point advantage to Castlemaine with thanks to our score sponsor, Parsons Towing.
Hartley played on. He kicked it to Dirksen, who's on a half-back. He kicks it to space. Now to one-on-one. Good work, Butcher. He won it for the Pies. By hands, give it to Murley. Murley on the left foot. He's got a player in Robinson out. Goals are open. Probably should have handballed over the top and didn't to Huntley, who was lurking. He backed himself and just didn't come off on that occasion, Cam.
At this stage of the game, if Hartley goes straight down the middle and they stuff up that kick at this stage of the game, it was a gutsy kick and they pulled it off and they almost went end-to-end to kill it. So really good to see that they're prepared to still take this game on even with the lead that they've got.
20-point margin.
Exactly, Johnny and Cam, what Vescovi does. His kick on the third bite of the cherry. It was Frank Schapano who got it. He hand-passed it hurriedly to Dominic Sullivan. He was under immense pressure. Kick was miscued. Harrison Sheen got in the way. And applause of the faithful show their applause with that 1%er. So a stoppage is the consequence. Ball up. Tapped down by Carnell for the Dogs. After Dominic Sullivan, he's tackled on top of him, Archie Rickson. The 1%ers in recent minutes for Castlemaine have been terrific.
Halfway between the centre and right half forward now. Castlemaine in attack, but it'll be Gray who wins it for the Dogs. On the left, it goes wide. It might just stay, and it does. It bounces over the boundary line across half forward for the Dogs for a ball in, Jingle Street side.
Probably didn't mean to say Archie Rickson had that day of confidence, but his tackling's been enormous, as you mentioned, Johnny, so he's doing a lot of the 1%ers really well.
Yeah, and as a coach, you've got to be happy with that. Umpire will throw it in. Across half forward, Dogs. Coleman's been good. Hunter Staples has as well. Ball in dispute. Staples wins it. Hurried kick out of the pack. Goes towards the boundary line. And with no lasso rule in the Bendigo Football Netball League, it will be a ball in.
A good call. Be interesting to see what they do in the interleague clash, because the Ovens and Murray does have the lasso rule on the 23rd of May. So that could create some confusion regardless of the outcome, because both leagues will be used to something unfamiliar as far as season 2026 is confirmed. Shane Clough goes high. It was a hospital kick, went about 50 metres in the sky, 20 metres down the line. Ricochets to Dominic Sullivan. Hand pass over the top. Was not so good. Turnover. Dylan Lant gets the loose ball advantage, though not paid. And in fact, a free kick picked out.
Yeah, it's coming back
to Gisborne.
The Hartley tackle was deemed that he held him for a little bit too long. I think he was very unlucky not to get a holding the ball free kick personally, and he really wasn't happy with the umpire's decision there.
Lucky it wasn't 50 either.
Well, it wasn't. Yeah, it would have been a harsh 50, but probably could have been paid. But yeah, Hartley's still remonstrating the point on the mark. So
Dylan Lant kicked it away. That's what I was referring to as well.
I think they thought it was their free kick, to be honest.
Dylan Johnson, short pass forward. Good running onto the footy. Might be Sullivan. In fact, it's Matt Merritt, who's been relatively quiet this afternoon.
Leachel Gumbau, 4-2-26. LBU, 2-9-45. Dyson Heppel playing well, playing on the ball with 2 goal assists.
Matt Merritt needs to be a good kick from here. The distance might just test him. He gets underneath it. It's straight, right to the line, and just makes it. Doesn't matter if they just make it or they go right through the middle. That one did. So they've still got a heartbeat. 5:15:45 to 8:11:59. Midway through this final term. Score sponsor Don Smallgoods. Don is good. Local footy, the place we want to be. It's Fresh Live.
Jared Lynch mentioned pre-game about how big of a pre-season that Matt Merritt had, and that was a classy finish. He's done a lot of VFL training over the pre-season. Just missed out on a spot on the VFL list, but they did mention he is going to be doing some travelling, so that probably didn't help his causes. But he's having a magnificent game, and a player of his calibre to make the finish like that brings it right back in the game, and now we're only back to 3 kicks. Plenty of time.
Very much so. Remarkably, that is Gisborne's first goal of the second half, to Matthew Merritt, and they're back to within just 14 points. This game is still very much alive. In the centre, slung around in the tackle is Shane Clark, surely holding the ball, or incorrect disposal. It is, and free kick will go to Bailey Henderson. He's got it inside the centre square. He seeks to orchestrate a new passage of play, shows some candy, does well, gains territory, goes deep, wants Butcher. He almost got on the second bite. Huntley goes to ground. He's gang tackled by 2 players. Ferocious stuff from Gisborne's Will Elliott. And we'll have a ball up 10 metres out from goal. Butcher, couldn't get hands to it. In the ruck, comes to Brodie Byrne. He gets boot to ball. Gold, high, it'll fall short. Oh, Harrison Sheen almost with a specky over the top, off hands. Behind. Exciting to observe here at the 17-minute mark of this last term. It's a 15-point lead to the Magpies.
The Scoville play on from fullback. He trots his distance. Then he'll send it down the creek side. Oh, it's an ineffective kick. It spills. Ground level. Using his body was Jenkins. And eventually the ball finds itself out of bounds and a ball in.
I've liked some of the things that Reece Jenkins has done today. He's been hard and in and under at the footy, and even just then he provided an important bump on the ball to force that ball over the boundary line, not allow Sullivan a good run at the footy.
A good junior player. He played for the Pios. He's now in his early 30s, been around for a long time. He left Castlemaine and's now come back, but it will be the Dogs that win it on the wing. In fact, emerging with the footy will be Murley. He won the hard ball on the left. He went round the body. In the area was Evans for the Dogs. Gives it to a teammate in Elliott. Gets the wall 1-2 and then goes down the line, down the wing to Merritt. Merritt dropped a mark he should have taken, fumbled it, and back where it started. True centre wing, outer side, ball in.
3-quarter time score, Bridgewater 11-9-75 in a close one against Morong, 11-4-70. And interestingly, a game has been called off too between Inglewood and Midiamo. Inglewood 13 goals 9 over Midiamo 6 goals. It was called off in the third quarter due to an injury. As the ball goes inside 50 for Gisborne from that boundary throwing. Luxmore is lurking. It's across half forward. Comes to Adam Brown. Catasano close to the boundary line. Lots of opinions. Deliberate. And here we go indeed, Cam. Free kick to go to the Dogs.
Any of our regular listeners would know what I was thinking right when that happened, Johnny.
He's kicked 7 goals this year, Dennehy. The side needs one. He's not going to kick it himself. It's, again, a behind. They've wasted some chances in this last term, haven't they, the Dogs? But they are still a flicker of hope.
It's been the story of the day, the wasted chances for them. And at the end of the day, 5-16 tells you exactly what you need to know.
Hartley's looking to go down the guts. He's looking down. He's looking for someone to run. There's no one there. They're saying go corridor. You can hear it in the effects mic, but he goes wide. They'll set themselves. Huntley flew high, flew early. Just through hands, minor score. And if we go out to famous Canterbury Park, the Storm have kicked away 66-49. They were pressing not long ago.
Not over all my rules, Jacko, but would that mean that that game would have been deemed a result because it was after half-time between Inglewood?
I believe so.
Merritt ran onto a footy. Now he goes long, goalward. It's open and it's wide and it's skinny, and they're wasting opportunities. It'll go to 60 playing 47, a 13-point margin. Local footy, the place we want to be.
Got front side of the stoppage and had absolutely nothing to kick to inside forward 50 there, so he had to take the option for the shot because it was either chip it in or Hartley gets the uncontested mark.
10 of the 13 goals today have been kicked to the Castlemaine clubrooms, and Gisborne are attacking that way. It's still possible that Gisborne could come from behind and win. 13 points is the margin as the ball has gone out of bounds. Across left half forward, some anxious supporters of both sides observing proceedings here this afternoon. 8-12-60 plays 5-17-47. Boundary throwing, Gisborne get the footy. It's Johnston who receives it off Clough. Johnston sidesteps one, then was tackled, just got it away to Clough. High ball, deep. 20 metres out from goal. Going back, Sullivan, shot at goal, snap across the face. You guessed it. It's collided with the point post, and it will be a boundary throw and a bit of a scuffle, as you say, Johnny, too.
I think that's actually a win for Gisborne, that it allows them to at least set up inside forward 50. They'd rather they set up from a point boundary throw in here than you would going through for a behind and giving Michael Hartley the chance to launch the ball out of there again.
No one forward of centre for Castlemaine. We're into time on now. Castlemaine have led for the whole game. They're 13 points up. Hartley's been penalised for a push.
In a ruck contest, he just pushed his man out of it a little bit too accordingly, I guess is the word I'm looking for there, according to the umpire.
Matt Merritt, who has been doing a bit of ruck work.
He'll kick this.
He's at the top of the goal square. This will make things interesting. We're beyond 20 minutes. We're in red time.
He won't miss.
Plenty of time. Matt Merritt, if he misses, they don't win.
Oh, no.
Well, they might still
win.
win.
Where's Mick Delaney at? He's the special comments guy for a reason around here.
They have kicked 5-18-48. 12 points margin.
Two really good looks at set shots in this quarter that would have brought it back to a single figure margin, and they've just absolutely fluffed both those set shots. So disappointing, and now they're allowing Hartley to run out of defence.
If there's a definition of commentator's curse, that's it, Cam, what we just saw. I thought that was a certain Matt Merrick goal. Castlemaine get the clearance all the way to Cal Huntley. Zach Vescovi put his head over the football bravely. He's been given a free kick. He was caught high. So centre wing in front of the interchange gates. They cannot waste time, that is for sure. 1 goal apiece in this last term. Gisborne are pressing as they go into attack. After it is Kobe Zarafa. He has support. Benaki lurking. They need a match winner. Advantage paid. Clough snaps and goals. He's put it through, and we're to within a 6-point margin here at Camp Reserve. How exciting is this? Score sponsor, Don Smallgoods is good. 22 minutes gone. Last term, game on, Camp Power.
Talk about those class players again, and Shane Clough, he just rises. It was actually a free kick to Gisborne, and he took the advantage, and for a second there I was like, oh no, he's taking the advantage, but quality player, quality finish, and we're on for a cracking finish here.
It was against Dirksen, Cam. I had him in my binos, and he lifted the elbow on the shoulder just at the last moment, gave away a free kick, and the advantage was paid. That's where it came from.
Yeah, I didn't see in the contest.
I was coincidentally, I just had me binos on him just for no other reason than I had me binos.
He's had a big day of what-ifs, hasn't he, Zach Dirksen today?
He needs to pay the Magpies back now. It's back to a 1-goal straight margin. Castlemaine have led all day. There would be 3 or 4 minutes remaining in this final term. Who's going to win it? It would be Delant of Castlemaine. There's no one home. Shapano's there for the Dogs. Collects it on half-back. Steps through a tackle from Murley. He goes long. He's got Hannon. Hannon's been pretty good. But coming out now there was the big boy in Luxmore. Luxmore short pass to a Zach Danahy, who is directly in front, and I don't think he's got the distance. This will tie it. He doesn't go goalward. He goes into the pocket. McKenna was the target. Couldn't find him. Off hands. Good punch from behind by Dirksen. In fact, it was Sutherland who's been solid for the Magpies. Ball in. 30 around from the Dogs' goal. They trail by 1 straight kick. 6 points.
You just know what Gisborne are going to do with Shapano. He was set alone. He had time to steady through the middle there, and he hit the right option. Didn't result in a goal, though.
Merrick took it out of the ruck. Hand pass to Benaki. Kick was smothered. Ball ricochets. Backwards for the Dogs. It's about 25 metres out from their goal. Another ball up. McKenna today goalless. Well, could he level the scores? He's lurking. It might even be a draw. I would not say it's beyond the realms of possibility. As the kick from Gray goes towards the pocket, Zarafa, it's 20 metres out from goal, right in front of the Castlemaine faithful there in the club rooms, who are lubricated and enjoying this day on their sponsors' day this afternoon.
The Magpies have led all day. It's a 1-goal straight kick. We're deep into red time final term. Dogs in attack, good strong tackling. Magpies, ground level, stoppage. They've got to get the big guns down there. Well, everybody is forward of centre half forward for the Dogs. It's crowded. The ball is hit to Luxmore of the Dogs. Hurry kick on the boot. It goes to the top of the square, but lurking there now was Cooper Mark, who's taking a telling mark, and they just are going to slow it. Play on's called. He's grabbed from behind. He's pinged, and a free kick directly in front to Luxmore of Gisborne. And Pat McKenna. This will tie the game.
So the umpire called him to play on, and Pat McKenna was just out of the zone where it's restricted, and he ran in and had no idea he was behind him, and he got him done holding the ball, and we're going to have a tied game.
Pat McKenna directly in front, would have to fall over to miss it, and he does not. And scores are level at Camp Reserve, and we have gone 25 minutes and 30 seconds deep into red time. Score sponsor, Bendigo City Framers. Local footy, the place we want to be. It's Fresh Live.
Wow. Just when you think the game hasn't got any more twists and turns in it, you get something like that happens. A goal out of absolutely nothing for Gisborne. They didn't have the forward probably set up the way they would have wanted it. Luxmore's forced to bomb one into traditionally where he would like to be, but they get away with it, and they're able to get themselves a free kick directly in front of goal and set up a grandstand finish. And it's all over to you now, Castlemaine.
Next score wins as far as I'm concerned. In the middle, Gisborne. Do they get the takeout? Benaki. Ball, says the Castlemaine faithful.
What a tackle that was.
Hunter Staples.
He's been magnificent.
He's got it there. Back edge of the centre circle. He has to get it on quickly. He does. He wants land. I'm not surprised. The Star has it across half forward. Now there's a sense of composure for Castlemaine. They don't want to squander this press forward. Kick came up towards Rickson. Good defensive work though from Clough. He clears, he works into the boundary line, and it is out of bounds. Some hesitation for a moment. I was wondering if they were going to call deliberate. I'm pleased they didn't.
You have to go back to that Hunter Stables tackle. If he doesn't make that tackle, Benaki's away. It's a ball inside forward 50, and with the 6-6-6 set up, it's probably a look on goal or even a score for Gisborne. So kudos to Hunter Staples.
Castlemaine in attack. Lant wins it. It's a hard ball. Magpies, they're trying to win the footy. Emerging though was James Gray for the Dogs. He'll send it to half forward. Luxmore is the target. It spills in the direction of Sullivan. Sullivan is doing well. Goes inboard to Clough. Clough will go goalwards. Bouncing footy. And they have to kill it, the Magpies. And it's put the Dogs in front for the first time of this afternoon at the 28-minute mark of the final term.
William Marks decides to roll the dice, but he's gone to the boundary line. Why? They need to attack the corridor, I think, in this late stages of this game. Gisborne get it back to half forward, and it's with Adam Brand-Catasano. And I just sense, Cam, they're saying, let's just pause the clock and take our time.
It was a really well led by Brand-Catasano to get to the front, and he just got in front, took the mark to kick on it, a really good lead. And even if he's not going to make the distance, he'll take his full 30 seconds.
And he goes by hand to Sullivan, penetrating ball. Does it have the journey? Not quite. McKenna could lurk his for his second. He's tackled though. Ball spills out. Comes to Merritt. Game over as far as I'm concerned. Merritt has his second. And Gisborne lead by 7 points. 19-67 to Castlemaine. 8-12-60. Score sponsor, Parsons Towings. Here's Camp Power, local footy, the place we want to be. It's Fresh Live.
Matt Merritt, he made up for that chance and he missed that set shot probably about 10 minutes ago in the quarter now. But he's kicked 2 goals in this final quarter. And when you talked about players that are going to come in and win the game for their team, Matt Merritt is one of those players that does come to mind. He's been magnificent in this last quarter. 2 goals now. And all the running's been with Gisborne. 8-19, 8-12. What have Castlemaine got here? And I'm just trying to see what they're doing with Michael Hartley here. He might have potentially can't see him down back, so maybe he's going to float forward and try and win the game from up in the forward line, which is exactly what he's done.
29 minutes have gone. Magpies, what can they do? They'll win it through the middle, through McConaughey. Deep inside forward 50. Byrne with hands on footy. Juggling mark. Needs to settle and kick the goal.
There's still time, don't rush it.
29 minutes have gone. An important kick if there ever was one. And it's in that pocket that I've talked about and banged on. Let's see what he does. Brodie Byrne has kicked a behind.
Could be a handy
for a minor
point,
score. Well, for a draw. It's a 6-point margin. Castlemaine trail after leading all day.
1-2 today for Brodie Byrne. Dominic Sullivan. He'll bring the ball back in. He'll kick long to the Railways side as the train goes by. No one can get a grab. Luxmore receives now. Stolen almost by Lant. Staples, though, gets it back. Chance for Callum McConaughey. They're deep, the Magpies. They just need a mark. Brodie Byrne is there. Dogs have numbers in defence. Tackling from Magpies, superb. Michael Hartley locks it 25 metres out. A draw is very possible.
I'm looking at Archie Ricks and I'm looking at Michael Hartley. They're players that just thrive in these opportunities inside forward 50 for Castlemaine.
30 metres out, directly in front. Hartley wins the tap. It's a big crowd. They've come from everywhere. Winning it was Hunter Staples. A 10-metre ball forward. Byrne marked it, but it wasn't the required distance, and he was tackled, and they are only 12 metres out from goal on a 45-degree angle.
Gisborne just can't dump this kick out, though, if they get it, because there's 4 loose Castlemaine players.
Ball up. Up they go. Hartley to the hot spot. Byrne will run onto it. Clough, he was strong in the contest. Elliott, the Dogs, they to go to half back. Luxmore was the target. Merritt's been good. Ground level, stoppage. Right half forward flank, 2 kicks from goal for Castlemaine.
Almost 31 minutes gone last term. John Norton throws it aloft. It's tapped down by Jace Coleman. Matthew Merritt, a dangerous clearance for Castlemaine. He's just gone deliberately for the boundary and gained some acreage and time for his side.
It was an excellent... Oh, he's called deliberate.
Well, there we go, deliberate. It was deliberate. Now 50-metre penalty as well.
Wow.
For some back chats. So this will mean that Castlemaine, John Norton, the officiating umpire, have taken all the way to the attacking side of centre wing. They're presenting themselves towards half forward. Getting back ever so bravely was Will Elliott, who got back and took the defensive grab, and that might be game over.
Elliott now, long kick, well beyond 50, hugs the boundary line, through hands, Zach Danahy crept up the ground for the Dogs.
That's a moment from Will Elliott to stand in front. It might have been Dirksen charging out at the footy. If he doesn't get in the way of that, it's a mark and a shot at goal for Castlemaine. So that is a terrific moment in this game.
Boundary line umpire comes in to the wing. They'll win it through Henderson. Henderson in the path of Murley. Is this their chance? It goes off the side of the boot. Watson is there. They're still in this. He'll come in board. He needs to go aggressive. Oh, it's a poor kick to Rickson. Made him sit underneath it. 38 metres from goal. Now it's the Dogs. Ground level. Ball spills. Harrison Sheen runs onto it. Goals are open and he kicks it and it's going to be a draw. It will be a draw, surely. At the 32-minute mark, Harrison Sheen comes from nowhere and levels it up 67 apiece. Score sponsor, Jason Westcott Builder. Local footy, the place we want to be. It's Fresh Live.
John Watson didn't give the handball to Dylan Lant before in that situation. It works out okay, but that is a moment. Harry Sheehan steps up when it matters, and he's able to snap truly. So, not prepared to call a draw yet. But this centre clearance, I don't want to state the obvious here, Father Jackson Saunders, but this is a massive centre clearance.
What a game of footy. 33 minutes gone, last term. Next score, surely wins. Jace Coleman, he flies high. He taps it down. Can Dylan Lant get first use? He does. A fresh air shot towards Callan Huntley. He has X Factor. Can he deliver? It comes now towards Murley. Murley's hand pass stolen by Johnston. Dogs through Burke to the wing. Benaki, a bounce, and he has space. A second bounce. May take a third. No, opts to kick long. Inside 50. Great defensive work. Reece Jenkins stands up tall. He keeps things alive with the faithful behind him, barracking and shouting. The ball goes out of bounds. We'll have it tossed back in about 45 metres from Gisborne's home.
Full-time score in the MCDF Nell Harcourt, 10-10 to Devar, 5-8 as well.
What a grandstand finish. The Dogs are deep in attack. Can they get another one? They've been gallant. They deserve it. So do the Magpies. Danahy ran underneath the footy. Johnson is there for the Dogs. Couldn't win it. Hurry kick out of the air by the Magpies went nowhere. Diving in underneath it was the Henderson. Across half forward. Dogs will win it. Then they lose it. Whistle gets pinged. They need to be quick here, the Magpies. Across half back. We've gone about 34 minutes. Murley with a free kick. Goes wide. Don't go there. You've got to go down the middle. Turnover. Gives it to Sutherland. Goes long for the Dogs. Will it be a score? It will be. They'll win this now, the Dogs. For a minor score.
No, they're going to go straight down the middle. Not yet over yet, Johnny.
Still anything is possible. Kick came in from the skipper and Lant. He got it off Darby Simmons as Lant goes very quickly. He has to. There's no other option. Brodie Byrne, can he pluck the mark? He got hands to it, but his teammate picks it up. They send it deep. Dirksen wants it, but the opposite number 13, Zach Vescovi, takes another defensive grab. Mr. Reliable. They lead by a point, Gisborne, as they clear from defence. They hug the boundary line with the kick, and Luxmore takes it. Railway side wing, and he just says, let's take a breath.
Not only did Vescovi take the mark, but he also then hit the next kick as well. He has been, I'm giving him their best player so far. He's been reliable down back.
Luxmore, and they win it, the Dogs! What a comeback after Castlemaine led all day and it was seesawing towards the end. The Dogs lead 8-20-68 to Castlemaine 9-13-67.
Well, what a grandstand finish. We hoped for it, we prophesised it, and we got it. 4 goals to 2 in that last term for Gisborne and Cam Power. They were too good in the end when it mattered most.
Yeah, it's a hard one to summarise in the end, but you look at Gisborne's players in that final quarter and it just felt like Gisborne, they're a team that knows how to win. They know what to do. They don't panic when it gets to things. Castlemaine had a few chances there where they just looked like they rushed a little bit and just didn't nail those big moments in the contests. And I thought Dominic Sullivan had some big moments in that last quarter. Matt Merritt stands up, kicks 2 goals. Will Elliott's got to be highlighted. He stands in front of Dirksen inside forward 50. He knew he was going to get contact, but he still stood in front and took the mark. The body contact that was being displayed by Zach Vescovi on him today was absolutely superb as well. So Vescovi, you got to give him a credit. He would have saved 4 or 5 goals on his